want you to get on your feet. Stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now, right now. Think your body till you black out. Black out. So get the fuck up.
So cover and dock, you're out of luck, we don't give up. Yeah, we're going up, next floor is us, you're riding with us.
Freedom, I never had the chance to run. Leave behind the said and done. Figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond a shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe, and I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. Now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again. Trying hard not to go out of my mind. And all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again.
it seems. Time dilation is a law of nature.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 3 and 4 of the Simplay Motorsport GT3 Pro-Am Championship. Once again, back in your commentary box is the father and son duo. My name's Dan Davis, and joining me obviously in the commentary box is Callie Davis. Callie, it's been a week of everyone coming down and cooling down, but we're back again here for the Pro-Am GT3s, and we're at a country that we don't often come to, Simplay. It's we're in America and we're racing at Watkins Glen.
Absolutely, and welcome to you, Dan. Another round of Breaking Bad, or Breaking Dad, should I say? Yes, we are. We're here at Watkins Glen, just outside New York, in the United States of America, and it's early in the morning, Dan.
Yes, it is. We got an early morning race here at Watkins Glen. The game for this evening's race, we are based for a 5, 6, 7 and 8 o'clock race for both race 1 and 2. And Kelly, I know obviously a group of the guys, myself and yourself, ready for Pro. We've been doing a bit of testing, and the dramatic changes actually between qualifying and to race 2. There's loads of different variant changes, especially with the weather types that have been lingering around as well.
Yes, absolutely, and certainly, of course, as you can see on your screen now, it's still dark at this time of the morning, and as the sun comes up, the temperature obviously comes up and makes quite a difference. For my own personal testing, between one session and another, I was a second quicker as it got as daylight broke. So yes, conditions will change as we go through the evening for sure.
Definitely so, and I'm just, while we got a nice quiet stage while practice is going on, just want to say a massive hello to everybody in the chat right now. We've got currently Smithy in the chat, Michael in the chat as well, Disco McDisco in the chat as well, so hello to everyone as well. Michael Matthews as well, PM Motorsport saying evening, and obviously Matt in the comments as well. But one comment that I have to obviously remind drivers in the chat right now, and then anyone who is watching from Pro to Pro-Am, reminder that please everyone make sure that you have your own footage recording just at the end of qualifying to the end of race 1. We cannot review any stewards inquiries if we do not have your footage. We need those vital clips and views so that we are able to grade the instances fairly. So please make sure that you are recording your footage.
Very important. Yeah.
But one other thing that I need to mention as well, Kelly, while we're here, is that you read my mind. We want to say a massive, very much so. We want to say a massive congratulations to Bryn on the birth of his new son. So a massive congratulations to him, and hope all the best for him and his family, and obviously the best for his son as well. So massive congratulations to him, and hopefully we'll get his son on the wheel.
Yeah, big congratulations. I think he's probably a little bit young just at the moment, Dan. But yeah, give him a week and we'll see if we can get him on. But yeah, big congratulations to Bryn on the birth of his son. Well done. Congratulations,
you did the job. So, and also just seeing in the comments as well, Kieran Argent as well making a comment there. Just a reminder about track limits, and to be honest, Kelly, one thing we do have to talk about here is track limits. And if I'm honest, there's really two places that we really need to keep an eye on as you come on Laney, who goes completely sideways. That was a lovely drift.
It was. If he'd kind of just powered out of that, would have been lovely. But hey-ho. Let's have a look. Here's my old teammate and sparring partner. And let's just go on the roof cam. So, track limits. Turn 1's going to be one of them, isn't it, Dan? As we're coming up to turn 1 here right now. We'll just talk track limits. Very easy to run out to the left-hand side of that and out wide. Remembering that 2 wheels on the curb is acceptable. 2 wheels on the opposite side of the curb, or all wheels the opposite side of the curb, should I say, is unacceptable. Now, as we go along this straight here, I'm going to call it the back straight, there's a very fast chicane. Now again, it's track limits, you've got to stay on the curbs. So curb, picked up the curb this side, that side. Now easy to get on the grass there and take it, oh, nicky. And it's cold, it's still loose. So there, a couple of the track limit points. I think the other one will be is last corner. Not last corner, second to last.
Well, Emplava's just coming up to that section now and coming into this slower section. We then go at the end of Sector 2 and then up into Sector 3, which will be this corner itself, Kelly.
Yes, there's a couple here. This is towards the end of the lap. So this right-hander here, again, as you'll see, very easy to run out. I mean, that's acceptable. There's then this tight left-hander. We'll do a proper track track lap a bit later on. Now, this one coming up here is second to last corner, very quick left-hander. Now, you hit it really fast. Now, it's very easy to run out on that right-hand side and off the curb, so that's another one to watch out for. So, what is it, about 4 points on the track that you've got to watch out for track limits. A lot easier than Red Bull Ring from last week.
Yeah, definitely so. And Emplava already setting the pace with a 43.5, and to be honest, we're looking at a 42 is the overall quickest pace probably for Pro-Am. So yeah, that's quick. Yeah, so, definitely so. And just a reminder as well, with those track limits, all drivers from not just Pro-Am to Pro as well, you have been warned. Red Bull Ring has been your only warning, and make sure you stay within track limits, please, or penalties will be given out. And if you do catch anybody taking the mick with track limits, then please put it in. We will then try and resolve it as best as we possibly can. There are many things that the stewards can use to penalise. To penalise drivers. So please, if you do see people taking the mick, then please put it in. But nonetheless, we are here at Watkins Glen, ready for round 3 and 4. And Kelly, do you want to hear the standings?
I thought you'd never asked, Daniel.
Well, here are the standings, and it is Mate Himovic who leads the current championship table with his teammate Smithy. I read this out loud last week thinking that it was a bit of a mistake, but I'm forgetting that Smithy did take his double points, and with a solid job, Sweet and Sour Motorsport both lead the way in their corners in 1 and 2. I was not expecting that after Red Bull Ring, to be honest, Kelly. But nonetheless, with Smithy's double points, he is now in second place, 5 points behind his teammate. In third place is Laney doing it for Team Pro Labs. He's on 37 points, 8 points behind Mate Himovic. Prava in fourth place for Audi Sport. Fifth place is Ben Parkey for Rainbow Pro Laps. And then in sixth place position is Smoky Devil doing it for Smoky Racing. He's on 24 points, 21 behind Mate Himovic. In seventh place is our favourite Scotsman, Welshie. He's currently got 17 points 17 points in his Lamborghini, doing it for MC Motorsport. In 8th place, Dean Wasocki, not just Fast Furious, is in 8th place position with 17 points. 9th place position is Bryn, who's also moved from an independent to not Fast, just Furious, and he's on 16 points as well. 10th place position is Stealth Soft from MC Motorsport. He's on 14 points, who is currently not in the session just yet. 11th place is Ugbar Metal and Racing in the Janetta. He is on the 7 points. 12th place is DJ Phil doing it for Power Line Racing McLaren, and he is on 5 points. Nicky is currently in 13th place doing it for Team Pro Laps in the McLaren at 5 points. That Buzzy Boy unable to make it last week. Also Chocolate Man unable to make it last week as well, both on 0 points. But Kelly, that's the standings for the drivers. For the teams, like I said a second ago, Sweet and Sour Motorsport lead the way with 85 points, with Team Pro Labs in second with 42 points. Not so fast, just Furious in third place with 33 points, and MC Motorsport in fourth with 31. Audi Sport in fifth with 28. Rainbow Pro Laps with 27 points in the 5th place position. If I said that right. Yep, 5th place. Yep, no, sorry, 6th place. I'm muddling up my words here. Smoky Racing in the 7th place position with 24 points. Then you have Metal and Racing with 7 points in 8th and 9th. Bringing up the rear is Powerline Racing as well. So those are your standings at the minute. And one thing we do have to talk about, Kelly, is the fact that Bryn has actually moved from the Renault, and he's moved to the BMW and is teamed up with Dean Wasocki, and not just fast but Furious Racing, and that's going to be an interesting pairing, especially with Bryn and Dean. With the pace that I've seen they do in the BMW, should be interesting to see how they get on this evening.
Yeah, we know the BMW is a good car. Disco Face and Andy both get regular race wins out of the car in Pro, so we know it's a good car. As you say, Bryn's moved from the Renault. Yeah, we've talked about the Renault in the past. It is a good Pro-Am car, but it's not the quickest. So the BMW you might find a little bit more livelier as well. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch for sure.
Yeah, definitely so. And I think, again, this season, the BMW seems to have a lot of circuits that's going to suit that car.
Yeah.
From what I've seen in testing, and the cars that I've seen running, obviously, to me, the McLaren seems the best suited for this circuit.
Yeah.
But again, we've not been able to see the true pace of everyone.
No, not just yet, but well, time will tell, as we know. But and we've got an awful lot of McLarens this year, as we've spoke about last week. Me and Nicky from ProLapse, we went down to the local McLaren dealer and got a job lot on them. We bought about 50 of them. Problem is, they're all the 1.3s. So yeah, let's see how we get on with those. Mine certainly feels like a 1.3 because it doesn't seem to go as fast as everybody else's.
But we do have a couple of drivers out on circuit. We're still waiting on is that Stealth Soft? Yeah, I think Stealth Soft has got into the session now, so we are waiting on Chocolate Man, that Buzzy Boy, which we believe will not be able to join for a couple of weeks, but hopefully we will get that Buzzy Boy or Liam back into the sessions. He's just been a bit busy lately and not been able to afford to get on racing. So hopefully we'll get that Buzzy Boy back, but nonetheless, we have got 12 drivers, so hopefully we should have a good night's worth of racing as well. So
Dan, let me run you through the lap.
I was just about to say, it looks like you're going to,
Brilliant.
so take it away, Kelly.
On board with Nicky from ProLapse, who's just taken up his new job of head of discipline at all boys school, and he's loving that position. Into turn one, right-hander, as I said, watch the track limits. We see someone spinning there on the left-hand side. Flat scat down through here, love this section. Drops down up the hill, unsighted for the left-hander. You can run the curve a little bit. Nicky doesn't. Manages to keep it intact. You need all the grunt now down this straight. Flat scat down through here. Top speed. You're going to sight your braking point at about 200, 150. Pick up the curb on the chicane. Right, left, left, right. The car goes loose on the back end as you drop downhill into this long right-hander. Car wants to go. Don't turn your lights off, Nicky. That's not helpful. Still going downhill. The worst corner on the track for me. This one, late apex. And as you pick the apex up on the way down, watch you don't run the wall on the right-hand side. Still dropping downhill. This is a good corner. This one's like a roller coaster. You kind of rim round the outside. It's cambered lovely. As you come back up, start going up the hill, you can accelerate hard up the hill. My second unfavourite corner, as it were, on the track coming up now. 90-degree right-hander. Quite difficult to pick up the apex, but you can run out to the side a little bit. This is Dan's unfavourite one, and it's a tight left uphill, off camber, tricky, can get loose on the back end. Now this second to last corner, you can go at this really hard. You can attack this one, but not too much that you run out on those track limits. And again, the last corner you can attack hard on camber, tuck it into the inside, let it run out to the outside, come over the start-finish line. If you're quick, you'll be in the early 40s. If you're not, you'll be in the mid-40s or the late 40s. So, whew, there you go. I like it. I like Watkins Glen. I think it's going to be tricky to overtake, Daniel.
Yeah, definitely. So a couple of guys in the comments, let's get your opinions on Watkins Glen, what you think of this circuit. And it is a circuit that we haven't driven here at Simplay Motorsport, one of the circuits we haven't come to, and I know from experience, Kelly, as well, you know as well from commentating on other leagues, we've been quite lucky by the rain forecasts that I've seen, and the rain isn't coming. Just a lot of heavy cloud, a lot of cloud lingering around. There's no rain forecast, but we have seen from previous experiences that this track is horrendous when it is wet. Look, bar taking track limits there in turn one.
Yeah, also, Dan, earlier in the week this week, there was snow in New York, and this is just on the outskirts of New York, so we're quite lucky we haven't got snow.
We are very lucky indeed. We have had snow on the past here at Simplay Motorsport, Season 2, Nürburgring, and I remember vaguely me and Fury running the Ferrari, and my crew decided to put me on all-terrain tyres and not wet tyres, so not the best of situations, but, you know, useless Ferrari mechanics. Oh, yeah, I even sold the car off, so, and Peaceful and Monkey Boy resprayed it yellow, and now they have it, so good luck to them in it.
Yeah, yeah, and they seem to be doing better with it than you could.
I mean, I'm not.
Just saying.
It's nice to see Peter in a car where he's actually competitive and not spinning around.
Absolutely.
So it's nice to see. But
Absolutely.
nonetheless, the question is though, Kelly. The question is, can anybody stop Matt? He's been on a run of wins lately,
Yes.
not just here at Pro-Am, but he also has been on a streak of race wins at F1. So can anyone take it to him?
Well, I believe they can, and the two men at the front, I believe, can. And the man in third place. So Laney, Ben Parkey, and Parla are all capable of it. And I think, who was it had a win last week? Was it Ben? Ben had a win last week, didn't he? Yeah. He stopped Matt having a complete whitewash of everybody. So he stopped the rot as far as that's concerned. But yeah, Matt definitely on a roll in the two championships that he's competed in. So he's the favourite at the moment.
Definitely so. As we've seen Dean Wasocki crossing the line, he's currently down in 7th place position, and already Laney kind of setting the pace of 42.3. That's kind of the top.
That's pro pace, isn't it?
That is neck end of pro pace, really. That's
I'd be love to doing those kind of times. Currently, I wouldn't be breaking into the top 5.
But again, though, Kelly, it's all about. I think with Watkins Glen, it's one of those circuits where you don't want to be doing that a lot. You don't want to be hitting the wall, and you got to be in a flow of this circuit. Just before we came live, I was talking to Matt, and he said he was feeling a bit nervous because this circuit just does not suit his type of driving style. I think certain drivers will struggle tonight to get into the flow of Watkins Glen. As you described it the other day, Kelly, it's kind of like a roller coaster here.
It is like a roller coaster, yeah. I'd also say it ebbs and flows, Dan.
Always ebbs and flows around here.
Yeah. Yes, it is like a roller coaster. I say I like it. I like the undulations, the on-camber corners, the off-camber corners. I like it a lot. I'm not quick, but I do like it. But I do think track position is going to be very, very important, and pit stops are going to be important as well, Dan. Again, we were doing some practice the other day, and I think you were chasing one of the other drivers. And you couldn't get past him, could you? Because there's just nowhere to do it.
Well, that's the thing is, just I totally agree with you, Kelly. Like, we did a quick test session, and I was stuck behind Arjun, and he was at the strength of the Mercedes, and obviously with the strength of the McLaren in the corners, I just could not find a way past. He had the grunt in the straight line, but then I couldn't find a way past in the corners. I reckon there's probably 2, maybe 3 opportunities to overtake. Ebbs and flows.
So what are we thinking?
What's going on with Woodbar there? He's stopped on track. I don't know if that's lag or...
Not sure, but he's going to get... Oh, that was close. I wonder if he's been seen on track, because not always what we see is what is the drivers see. Although we see that he's there, he might not be there, although it looks like someone's avoiding him.
Well,
it looks like these guys are avoiding him, so...
Ukbar in the comments has said that game has stuck and we'll have to restart. So there we go. He has disconnected.
Yeah. He's gone. So
he should be able to get back into the session. He should be able to get back into the session, as we see there, as Smithy's right onto the back of Ben Parkey. And Ukbar seems, even though he's just disappeared for a minute, he looks like he's got good pace. He was running 4th at that stage. But
do you think it's one that might favour the Ginetta a little bit?
Possibly. There's not a lot of really long straights here. You do have the back straight, which is relatively long, but I don't think it will lose too much time. Oh, Stealth right onto the grass there. That's going to affect Nicky's lap, and he just drives into the back of him.
Yeah,
classic.
Yeah, don't do that, Nick.
He gave him a little prolapse kiss there. That's what he did.
Prolapse smack, I think.
I think this seems to be more of a downforce circuit, but with a little bit of grunt as well is needed as well, because obviously we've seen Matt said he's struggling with the Acura to get decent pace, and currently 1.5 off the pace right now. I think that shows that just how much that the Acura might struggle here. But
I think it needs like traction needs grunt traction
Yes.
to pull you out of some of these corners. Like the one at the bottom of the hill as you start to lift back up the hill. As you stand on the throttle, you want that good torque, that good response. Good traction, and that kind of pickup is probably going to be very very important.
Yeah, exactly. So, and again, as you see there, Ugbar has managed to get back into the session. Yeah, and we understand Ugbar. We know we're jumping, mate, and you should be able to get out on track. Mazda is currently in watching these boys carefully. So,
yeah.
He'll be keeping an eye on track limits. So all these boys will want to make sure they are staying within track limits. If he does catch anybody, he will be dropping it in. So extra eyes is set on you.
Yes, indeed. And shall I tell you a little bit more about Watkins, Glenn, Dan?
Oh, please do. I was hoping you would very, very soon. So tell me more.
Okay, well, Watkins Glen permanent circuit and is a FAA Grade 2 circuit. Got a capacity of 38,000, which is really quite small, to be fair, for a circuit. But it's been around a long time. It's been a permanent circuit since 1956, Daniel. So
wow.
It's been around for a very, very long time. Used to house Grand Prix. Many years ago. Still do a bit of NASCAR around here, and NASCAR actually own this circuit. Yeah, it's been widely used for a long time. The track record, and we're going to go with the Grand Prix course in a loop, which I believe is what we're running here, if I'm correct, is a 122.4 by Scott Dixon in Dallara DW12 2017 car, IndyCar, basically.
Yeah.
So yes, that's how fast you can go around. That was a hell of a lap, wasn't it? A 122. That must have, it must be awesome, an IndyCar around here.
Well, sadly, we were planning to do an IndyCar season, and I think Watkins was one of the circuits that was going to get picked.
But sadly,
we didn't get enough sign-ups, so we sadly weren't able to race IndyCars here. But I have raced a few laps around here in the Formula Renaults, and it is a great circuit to trust. This track feels awesome. It
really comes alive, especially through this section that Matt's going through now. As you lift up that hill and the blind corner in a Formula Renault, it's really quite exhilarating.
Yeah, definitely so. As Ugbar should be able to get into the session now. That's what the little lag's about. Some of the drivers may just get put off by that a little bit. What we see is basically what they're going to be hampering as well. But we are now underway for qualifying. They've just done a 20-minute practice session. We are now into a 10-minute qualifying session. Kelly, prediction for pole?
Laney or Ben Parkey. I think Matt's going to struggle. He's gone out first, or one of the first to go out. I think he might be the first because he knows he's got to get on with this. It's only a 10-minute session, and it's cold out there. It's cold. It's early morning. You're going to take a minute or two to get the tyres somewhere like it. But my prediction, as you were asking, as I went off a little bit of a tangent, I'm going to go Laney with this one.
Wow, I was going to say Laney as well, but I'm going to be different. Do you know what? I got a feeling about Emprava tonight. He's really shocked us in Red Bull Ring. He really did show what he could do, the Latvian, and we were very much impressed by his performance. And he looks like he's on the pace. He was only 6/10 off the back of Laney after the practice session. Maybe now he's dumped some fuel out and he's got rid of the the radiator. Should be able to go a little bit quicker. As you see there, he was within track limit, so Emprava already being a good little boy and keeping it under control. So Kelly's going for Laney, I'm going for Emprava. Guys, get your comments in who you think is going to take pole position and the race win. But for now, we are on board with Emprava, and he's come up to the bus stop chicane, and such a tricky chicane to get right.
I think he scrubbed a lot of speed there, Dan. I thought a bit more than probably needed. But this view is a strange view, really. If I go bonnet cam, that feels a bit more like it, doesn't it? You know, you get a little bit more idea of speed on that one.
Well, Mazda was saying last week that he liked doing that view because it really gets an idea of how much track limits people are taking. So with this view, it's a bit more unlikely to see how much track limits people are taking. But I think here at Watkins, you do not want to be going off circuit anyway, because the track is quite loose and greasy anyway. So you kind of want to stay on track as much as possible. As Emplava comes through the final few sectors now, he's within track limits there. 2 wheels still on the curb. A good example here from Emplava of track limits here at Watkins Glen. He's coming through the final sector now. What can he do in this Audi? Is that there is a car up ahead just about to finish their lap, as Laney is already back into the pits. He hasn't got long. He's got less than 7 minutes to get back out, so he's going to be running out of time. Who's crossed the line? Dean sets the pace of 45.0. What does Emplava do? Towards the line, a 43.4.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's a good start,
good
but I wouldn't. It is a good banker, but we have seen majority of the guys in the 42s. What else can everyone else do? Ugbar coming through the final sector now as Matt goes into second place, and he's 5 tenths down on Emplava already.
Yes, indeed, but Matt does go to second. Dean goes third with it on a 45 dead. And as we're watching Ugbar in the Ginetta, I'm interested to see what the Ginetta's going to do. Well, she goes into fifth, but he's off the pace on that one. And Nicky off the pace as well. They're going to want to go again. But as I said, it's going to take, for some guys, it's going to take a minute or two to get the tyres up to speed. I would be, lap 2 for me is where I'm going to do my flyer, because I'm finding lap 1 is just not enough to get the tyres where they need to be, Dan.
Yeah, especially with these winter conditions as well. Obviously, we're not like any other championships where we run kind of like in a summer season. We run all year long, and with the winter conditions as well, some of these cars take a bit of time to get into their window. As Ugbar comes towards the line, what is it going to be? It's a 44.1, so it goes into third. We're still waiting for the McLaren's lap times of Laney and Ben, so we'll wait to see what those boys can do. Laney actually into the final sector, and Kelly seems to be really enjoying this view right now, so we'll stick to...
Well, I just thought it was fun.
Laney exiting the final corner in the McLaren. Is this an outlap, or is this his qualifying lap?
It's an outlap.
It's an outlap, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's an outlap, so let's move on to bumper cam and see. Look, yeah, again, that's in track limits. There's quite a lot of curb there. It's quite a thick curb. As you drop down the hill, as I said before, unsighted up here, you can just get up on the curb if you want to, and you kind of need to get close to that apex as you come through this section. And again, the bus stop coming up next, as you can see, there you go, and nicely picked up the curbs, the apexes. Spot on. Back end going light as you nail the power down the hill. Drops into a bit of a dip. Hate this corner, hate it so much. Hard on the brakes. Pick up the apex on the way down. It's looking good so far, Dan, isn't it? Oh, he's in all the right places at all the right times. This one, as I said, about grunt here, Dan, like torque. Stand on that throttle now. As you start to go, and there we go. Back end goes round for Laney. That is a problem. That is a real problem. And I think I might have to apologise to him, because I think I've cursed him. I think I've put the commentator's curse on him, Dan.
Well, at this state, my vet is already looking good, as Emplava still fastest man of the session. Ben Parkey still set a lap time yet. I'm trying to get my my little app to work. Ugbar has separated Matt and Emplava. What? So that's interesting. Also, another thing to comment as well, Kelly, DJ Phil has got a grid penalty, as he will start, he's been speeding in the pit lane, so he will lose a place. There we go, one grid penalty. So he'll have to keep an eye on that. Currently 22 people watching the stream. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday and Thursday for the GT3s, and every 3 weeks, every month on a Saturday, we will be running the World Endurance Championship. The first time ever this season will be at Silverstone for the 6-hour race, where LMP2s and GTEs will hit the track. And then a week later, we will be back with our F1 League. That's on a Sunday night. Matt controlling the F1 League at the minute. 2 for 2 as Ben Parkey comes across the line. What does he do? He goes fastest with a 42 at 9, half a second faster.
Awesome. Awesome. So Laney's put a lap in. He's got it over the line, which puts him in 10th. But I'm sure he's going to have to. He's going to want to do a lot better than that. Is he on a lap? He is. A little bit of a crumpled McLaren, that is. We didn't buy many spares from Laney, so don't keep smashing it up. Nicky won't be very happy if he's got to fork out for another front end to a McLaren after he's just smashed one up himself.
Definitely not, as these Pro Laps boys do obviously run pretty much everyone bar Fury, run the McLaren, and Matt as well running the Acura. There's many Pro Laps and Pro Lassie drivers in the world of Simplay Motorsport, and you're talking to two of themselves. 6.7 up on his current lap time, so it's still not enough. That front
still
damage,
loads, but yeah, needs a lot more than that.
but he might find it here, because where he dropped it was actually at the Sector 2 beacon, so he might find the time now. So BT Tiger in the comments as well saying evening Dan and Kelly, and Smithy
Evening,
says
BT.
cheers Nicky, and I don't know if that's because they made contact in practice or something. But Laney, final few corners, can he put his McLaren on pole position? How bad is that damage to the front of his car? We're finding out into the final corner now. Kelly, this is important for Laney.
It is. He'll get another run at it, but he ain't got time to go back and change any tyres. So, where does that put him? Quickest. Good man, that's better. That's more like it.
Can Ben Parkey and Enprava react to that? Some of the drivers there in the pits. Nicky is done. Welshie done. DJ Phil done. And I think that is it. Obviously, Mazda sitting and keeping an eye on track limits, as we've got 30 seconds left of the session. Who is currently coming towards the end of their lap? Ben Parkey is starting his final lap, and Emprava starts his final lap. He hasn't quite found the time yet.
So where's Dean? Dean has just crossed the line, has he not? Yes, he is.
No, he's done.
Smokey is...
He's coming through the final corner. He will be the first one to finish.
Second to last corner. So he's coming up to the last corner. Can he improve on a 44.6 with the Mercedes? We said the Mercedes is a bit not so clever in the cold conditions. And it's not a grunt kind of circuit. He doesn't
stays
improve.
7th.
Stays 7th. So Laney's done. He's in the pits. Ben
Who's next?
Parkey is still on track.
He's done.
He's quit. Yep, absolutely. So
we're just down to 2.
Smithy's smashed up his lights by the looks of it. Or switched them off. I don't know which. Maybe stealth
4
mode.
tenths up. 4 tenths up in the first sector. That's what he needs to try and catch Welshie a little bit. And that's his kind of little rivalry between him and Welshie. And BT Tiger in the comments saying, big up the Pro Laps boys. Reminder. Taste the rainbow. Reminder to all drivers as well. Obviously, Smithy can't do much because he smashed his lights up. But you will need to have your lights on during the night stint as well. Yeah. So if you do find that you do not have your lights on, you will get penalised, as it does state in the rules and regulations. So please make sure that your lights are on. They should automatically come on if it's dark. So don't turn them off.
And you should be able to see that they're not on, because it'll be dark.
And Matt, we are going to keep an eye on you, Flashy McFlash. So we'll keep an eye on you.
Yeah, and just again to remember, those guys who listen to you on the stream, make sure you've hit record.
Yes, make sure you hit
need that
record.
footage. If there's an incident, it is important. You will be penalised if you cannot produce that footage. So those of you guys who are listening, record the footage. Make sure you're doing it.
It would not necessarily be penalised. It just will be no case for you if you have put something forward. So make sure you are setting record in about a few certain moments' time, as Smithy comes towards the final end of his lap, and I don't think he improved.
Faster.
He didn't beat Welshie, but I do think he improved, but he didn't go faster than Welshie. So it is Laney who is on pole position here, with Ben Parkey making it in all pro laps of 1-2 at the front, with Enprava in 3rd, Matt Ibovic in 4th, 5th goes Ugbar, 6th is Dean Wasocki, 7th is Smokey Devil, 8th is Nicky, 9th is Bryn, 10th is Welshie, 11th Smithy, 12th is Stealth Sloth, DJ Phil in 13th, and that is your grid for race 1 here. And guys, there's 17 people in the chat right now. Let's get your predictions on who you think is going to take the first win of the night. And Kelly, I obviously don't want to do this to you now, but who do you think is going to take it tonight?
Well, you're going to anyway.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to stick with Laney on this one, and I'm going to go for Laney. What about you?
I'm gonna go for Emprava.
Fair, absolutely fair. And you know what things are like, Pro-Am, things can go wrong really quickly, really easily. First corner is going to be interesting, don't go anywhere. But I think once we get into a routine, it's going to be about track position. And of course, staying consistent and keeping it on the black stuff all the way round, of course.
Definitely so. Right, so as you see there is a car glitching about. That is just Mazda returning to the pits. Obviously, he is not racing, so ignore him. But we're about to get underway. Lap 1 here of Watkins Glen is going to be a very interesting one. 24 people currently watching the stream. Guys, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and also hit the bell to be notified if you are interested. And if you want to follow our Facebook and our Discord, then head over to them, Simplay Motorsport. Sign up for anything that you are interested to get involved in. But nonetheless,
You're
Kelly,
so corporate, you know that.
Oh well, Matt's paying me. You know, he's paying me with Skittles. With Skittles.
We need to talk. We need to talk to that, Matt. I need to renegotiate my contract then.
Jamie says, "Who's created a disco in the show?" That was Mazda.
Well,
it's Mazda.
Yeah, it's not disco, but disco. It's Mazda doing his best to be best to give people epileptic fit by strobing all over the place. But it looks like he's gone, and we're synced up, ready to go, Dan.
Yeah, we are all synced up. Side by side, start here. The lights will come on. The revs rise. It takes a while here for Watkins, but here are the lights. 2 lights, 3 lights. And away we go in the USA, and it's obviously a Pro Laps 1-2. We've got a couple of cars coming down the straight now. As Emprava, not the best start. Yakura getting alongside, but Ben Parkey gets the jump on Laney as we go into turn 1. Emprava defending from Matimovic. Ukbar running a bit wide, but relatively clean and sensible through turn 1 as Bryn is trying to make his way in the BMW. But we come through the first few sectors now, and it's all relatively clean and sensible. But I hear an incident in the background. There's a big crash going on in the back. Who's that? That's Nicky.
It's Nicky. He's round. Nicky's round at the back, and he's going backwards at the moment. So not the start he would have wanted. That's for certain sure.
No, definitely not. But it is Ben who leads the way. Nicky at the back, and Matt's at the back. Matt's dropped to the back as well. I think Matt might have got caught up in that. Look, he's got damage.
Yeah, he's got damage. He might have got caught up in that first lap incident. I'm trying to look on the stream
We weren't able to see it. It's Ben's in the wall. He looks very laggy, to be fair. Not the ideal thing you want to see. But look at Emprava right onto the back of Laney right now and really hustling him in the Audi. And he looks down the inside. And he,
well, I said there wouldn't be a lot of overtaking, but Emprava's going to prove me wrong on that one. But Laney hasn't given that one up. He comes back at him into the next corner, and good racing from these guys already, nice and clean. They're gapping Ukbar just a little bit. These front three. Ukbar in 4th.
He looks like he's got damage by the looks of things. By the way, the pit window actually opens on lap 4. If these guys pit earlier than that, they need to show us significant damage for the 1 pit stop. But if they do pit on earlier than lap 4, they do have to pit again. So the guys who have got damage, they might have to stick with it and try and go for as long as they can.
Absolutely, and it's lap 4 sounds really early, but remember it's
Dean's got a penalty.
Dean with a penalty. He's in the pits as well. In the pits with damage. Matt's in the pits with damage as well. So these guys may be in there for some time. Let's see how long Matt's in there.
Well, we'll come back to them because we need to keep an eye on what's going on track. Emprava still trying to hustle the back of Laney, and again it's just a waiting game for him. A couple other guys quite close. Smoky Devil in the middle of this fight between Bryn and Ukbar. Bryn with a great start in the BMW, his first debut in the BMW, and he's already up into 5th place position.
Absolutely. I don't know how much practice Bryn's managed to put in as he's had a child this week. You know, you would have thought he wouldn't be on project cars too much this week, but he seems to be handling that BMW really nicely. They're spreading out. The field spread is quite a lot already, Dan. There's Ben Parkey out in front. He's dropped Laney by about 1.5 seconds, and Laney's now dropping Empava a little bit as well. So yeah, they're beginning to be a bit of field spread now.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a field spread here, and Matt in the comments says, don't forget, now racing lights need to be pitted for, so that's probably why he's pitted then, so he can repair his lights, and he's now finally gone, and he's quite a way off the back of the pack now, so he's got a lot of work to do, and he's got to hope and pray that people make mistakes, but nonetheless, there's still time to regain anything, so we'll see how things go. But Nicky currently on the back of this group as well. Stealth Sloth, not the best of starts for him, and DJ Phil rounds off the top 11, and Dean at the back with Mata Himovic, but Ben still leads this way. But Laney lapping just ever so slightly faster, and I think Emplava just has to sit there and just keep an eye on these guys. Don't let them get too far ahead, because if he does, he won't be able to do much about him, as Ben pretty much matching his sector times in sector 1 there.
Yes, absolutely, Dan. Yeah, these guys just holding station for a minute, and pit window opens on the next lap, and Ben Parker.
Oh, Ben had a big wiggle, yeah.
He did have a big wiggle, got all squirrely just as he turned in there. So yeah, fighting the car a little bit is Ben Parker. Is he hustling, or is he just a little bit unpredictable? As you can see, it's starting to get a bit lighter, Dan. It seems like the sun's coming up.
Yeah, it looks like the sun is coming up, and at the minute Ben Parkey is just trying to find the limit of that McLaren. He does like a loose setup, so we will see if it's just a setup. Currently 28 people watching the stream. Guys, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. So please do so.
That's me.
Oh, okay. I thought you said subscribe then.
I have subscribed. Yeah. I've only been here for about 4 seasons. Yeah, I have subscribed already.
Well, make sure you do subscribe, because we are on our road to getting to 200 subscribers. So please, guys, help us out as much as we possibly can. As we're watching now, Stealth Sloth onto the back of Smithy. This is a good little fight. And also, Bryn and Smokey are very close. Only 7 tenths separating these two. But look, Stealth Sloth looking down the inside. But
yeah, sorry about that. Should have stayed on that one.
That's all right.
Yeah.
But Stealth.
Welsh is getting close to Smokey. Smokey's close to Bryn, so they're all coming back together. Laney's actually getting close to Ben as well. He's brought the gap back by a third of a second or so. So he's Laney's on the march a little bit.
He is definitely so, and Emprava as well is not too far behind, and he just got to stick with them. And again, just if anything happens between them, he will be able to gain an advantage from that. Ukbar in a solid 4th place, but he's probably not running the fastest he can go, because he looks like he's got damage to the front of that Janetta.
Yeah, it looks a bit beaten up, doesn't it? I mean, Janetta, it's a big fiberglass 70s styled kit car, isn't it? So it's not the hardest thing on there, that's for certain sure. Yeah, it's looking a little bit beaten up already, as Laney is really starting to reel in Ben Parkey now, you know.
Yeah, he has now got that gap down to a less than a second as we go into the final sector now. Laney really starting to push, and Plava obviously not too far behind either, so if these two boys start racing each other, he could be in for a shout for a good position here. And Jumper, maybe he could do the undercut. Currently 33 people watching. Guys, hit that like button and subscribe,
where
please.
Where these people come from?
I don't know, but we're loving it. It's because we're commentating. That's what it is. That's what it is, Kelly.
Of course it is. Of course it is. That's why.
As Ben Parkey runs a little bit wide out the final corner, it is the end of lap 4, so the guys can pit this lap. So pit window is open, and the top 3 opt to not pit and carry on, as Ukbar and the rest now coming to the final corner. Laney is on the move, a 43.7, and Bravo with a 44.0, who's sticking with them. But Matt and Dean have pitted, but Smokey's the first to jump.
Smokey's in the pits. Now, those of you who watch regularly, and now this works, if you time this correctly, you can have a very fast pit stop by doing things in a certain order. Now, there's no real secret to that. We've broadcasted it and told everybody how to do it. You need to set your engine, your repair up to a minimum amount of repair to get a very quick stop. Now, an average stop without setting it up, using the glitch, whatever, is about 6 seconds, which is looking like what Smokey is about normal. So there you go. Smokey's done and dusted with his mandatory pit stop.
As we've got a couple more comments in the chat right now. We've got Aidan Bennett, evening all, an ex-driver of Simplay Motorsport.
Yeah.
Nice to see you in the comments, buddy. Connor Smith saying Laney brings the crowd and he's here to support his fellow friend here. He's part of the Team Prolapse crew.
It's Laney. It's not you and me.
It's not. It's Laney. I've seen him. He's quite a ladies' man. He is, you know.
Is he? A bit of a lady killer, is he?
Yeah. Well, I don't actually know. I've never met him. Prolapse 1-2 leading the way the field. Taste the Rainbow says Xmar. He'll be racing tomorrow night in the pro category with my. Oh, M Private's just hit the wall. He just had a wiggle out that third to last corner, where the corner I hate, and he's hit the wall relatively hard. I don't know if he's got major damage, but it will affect his straight line for sure.
Yeah, we can't really tell if he's got damage or not. Visually, car looks okay, but you know that doesn't mean he hasn't got damage to suspension or whatever. I go back to Laney because Laney's now within half a second of Ben Parkey on lap
and he's hot
60.
property as well. He's hot property at the minute in the comments. Lewis Owen in the comments saying we're all supporting Laney.
Wow, he's obviously brought rent a crowd with him, hasn't he? Well, hello all those new people who are following Laney, and yeah, welcome. It's good to have you here. If anybody else is new, please give us a comment in the comments there on YouTube, and we'd love to hear from you. So give us a hello. Let's see who you are.
Yeah, and also we have got our regular supporters of Fury as well in the comments saying, come on, Matt and Smithy lad, with the rainbow emojis as well.
Yep.
Come on, Laney. Egliot, I think. Egliot?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. Come on,
like
Laney. Oh my god. They're all coming in here now. Look at them all.
Yes, indeed, they are. That's it. We love your comments. Keep them coming in. We like the interaction, don't we, Dan?
Oh, we love it. As Brent and DJ Phil have come into the pits, they've now opted for their pit stops as well. Can Laney, the new hot property of Team Prolapse, the new star of Simplay Motorsport.
They sacked their Prolapse Pro-Am, sacked their star driver from the last 2 seasons because he couldn't get the job done. He couldn't take him to a constructor's title in Pro-Am. So Nicky's put his money on this guy.
He was inches from that wall then. He is pushing, but he seemed to have hit a wall, Kelly. He doesn't seem to be able to get any closer. As Little Leech in the comments saying, evening all. Xmar, Laney is consistently quick. Hello, and Harry as well. He's gonna win. He's got a big feat to beat Ben Parkey though, hasn't he?
He has. Ben Parkey's no slouch, that's for certain, sure. And yeah, these guys are both quick, aren't they, Dan? We know that they're both quick, and they're both pro material. But they've got to go through the motions like everybody else. You start in Pro-Am, and then you have to earn your way to Pro. Well, most of us do, don't they, Dan?
I mean, I was just dropped in Pro straight away because I had no choice.
Exactly, but but that's you because you're gifted, and
I'm special.
Blessed, where the rest of us have to earn our stripes.
Welshie and Nicky have also decided to take their pit stop on lap 7, so they are in and dusted. Another Team Prolapse driver, and he is on his way out now. Lap 7, Kelly, we're wrapping down the numbers relatively quick, and at the minute, Laney's leading.
Absolutely.
How did that? Laney's just taking the lead, and we see an Acora as well going across the grass. I'm not sure how this has happened, but Ben's made a mistake.
He must have done. As we were looking at pit stops, we've obviously had a change of position because Laney's now in. It must be the crowd support. It must have given him. They say that crowd support gives you a second a lap. So the number 13 car is now in the lead.
I want to try something. I don't know if it's going to work because obviously the virtual world and the way that YouTube work. But all the Laney supporters, can I get a Mexican wave? That'd be nice to see in the chat. Now
that's going to work. I've no idea, but yeah.
They put loads of hands emojis up, one after the other. I don't know. I'm just thinking of ways, but that'd be nice to see. There's so many of them in the chat right now. I can't believe this. Laney now leads this race.
Pass into the pits, Dan, and from 4th place. You'll probably see that Daft Punk are doing the pit stops tonight in their funky glow-in-the-dark uniforms or something like that, and we'll see if they're... This is going... How long's this pit? There you go, look, Daft Punk, there you go.
This is going to be key now, Kelly. This is going to be key because now DJ Phil just getting out of the way of the lap runners here. He doesn't have to necessarily get out of the way, but
it's polite. It's good manners.
More and more track limits from Laney, says Peaceful. So yes, Harry, I see the comments. But as we see, a rear wing has been lost. Who's lost the rear wing?
I don't know who's lost it. Stealth's in the pits right now. Could be just doing his mandatory as DJ Phil gets out of the way of Impala. As Daniel said, you don't have to. The rules, runners' endurance rules, and that meaning that back markers do not have to get out of the way as they're being lapped. But as I said, it's polite. DJ Phil is not resting.
Oh, that's who are losing a rear wing. It's Smithy who's lost the rear wing. I knew someone lost the rear wing. I'm sorry, but I gotta props to the Laney crew here because they are actually commenting with waving emojis. Thank you guys for coming in and supporting us. This is brilliant. Well, I say supporting us, you're supporting Laney, but thank you for dropping in and saying hi nonetheless. Your boy is leading the way.
Without us, there'd be nothing to facilitate Laney driving. So it is for us. You take those waves, Dan. You've earned them.
I've just appreciated that they actually managed to do it. Matt has actually managed to recover up to the back of Bryn now. 10th place, not what Matt would have wanted in race 1. At this stage, he will be able to qualify for the next race.
Yeah, Matt knows that it takes a whole season to win a championship, and you have good races, you have bad races. Where he's running at the moment, his damage limitation, he's got to take the points and then come back strong because he will get the opportunity. He will get. These two are family as well, so we don't want any more family arguments this week. So it's
that's Dean's
getting out of the way.
I think he's had a moment he's had a moment in that final sector, and Matt was telling me this part of the circuit is where he's been struggling to find time and get it hooked up. So Matt really trying to push Bryn here in a BMW sandwich right now. He's about to get bullied by the not just fast but furious, but he goes right around the outside of Bryn. And Bryn is choosing to pit. A couple more comments coming in. Fury's mum, evening all. Smithy, Fury's mum, he's giving her a little chat there. Laney, number 1. Lewis Owen as well with the waving and clapping emojis. Jamie says, Kelly, you're going to get done for copyright.
Won't be the first time. Nothing new there, my friend. Been done for it before. We'll be get done for it again.
As we are now over halfway of this race, lap 10, Laney is on and Emplava has entered to the pits. The first time the top 3 has come in. So is this a good choice from Emplava? Is he trying to get the undercut? That is the question. To the guys, has he missed his pit box?
He missed his pit box. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh, schoolboy error, that one.
That's going to cost him some time. So Emplava losing out there. Bryn's been in the pits for a while, but Emplava's gone.
Is he? He is now. He's out now. He's out the pits. So Bryn is on his way. It seemed like a long time, didn't it, Dan?
Yeah, it did. But currently still leading the way at this precise minute is your boy Laney, currently in first place position. In second place for Team Rainbow Prolapse is Ben Parkey. In third, Emplava. Fourth is Ukbar, who's managed to hold off Smoky Devil at this precise stage. And Nicky has recovered his way up into sixth place. But I think Nicky is still yet to pit. Welshie currently in 7th place, Matt in 8th, Dean in 9th, Stealth Sloth in 10th, but Dean obviously with the penalty might need to start extending the gap between him and Stealth Sloth. DJ Phil in 11th, Bryn in 12th, and Smithy with the loss of his rear wing in 13th place position.
Okay, who haven't we given any airtime to? We haven't seen a lot of Welshie tonight, have we? Sticking with his car from last season, the Lamborghini, and his colour scheme as well, so easy one to pick out. And we like that. It's good for commentators to pick out the be able to pick out the cars. So it's great when they stick with the same livery.
We have seen a lot of yellow this season as well, not just in the Pro-Am but in the pros as well. Yeah. Bethany and Duffin in the comments saying, "Hey." Obviously here to support his husband Matt. So nice to see his husband. I don't know. I'm trying to talk and speak fast. So yeah.
Multitasking, Dan, doing your best.
Also, Del Gibson in the comments saying, "Evening all, currently laid back with COVID, so watching some great racing. ...
It's
Yeah,
the best
'cause-
thing you can do when you're sick is stick around and watch some good sim racing.
Exactly, and if you do like what you see here, then please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night, as the pros will hit the same circuit. The weather forecast looks to be fairly similar as the Pro-Ams, but can anyone stop the BMWs?
One Davis at the front, one at the back.
Wait, what? Me at the back this time?
That would be nice. That would be nice. I am racing Lando Norris to a win in a McLaren, and my money's still on Lando.
But nonetheless, Dean Wasocki here is on the back of Stealth Sloth, and I think Dean's actually dropped it and has lost time to him and a couple others in trying to basically sort themselves out in a fight here, and Stealth Sloth trying his absolute best to make sure he stays ahead of Dean.
Yes, indeed. This is pretty much closest battle on track at the moment as we're into lap 10 of this race. Another one's come, so don't go far after this one. There's another 30-minute race. Pretty much the same, except the qualifying is slightly different, as in the top, I'm going to say 6, cannot qualify for the next race. So whoever's the top 6 of this race will not be able to qualify for the next race. So kind of puts the qualifying on its head a little bit. And as we've seen, we haven't had a great deal of overtakes. Well, I did say this is a track where track position is hugely important, because it's hard to overtake. There isn't a great deal of overtaking opportunities, so track position is key. I don't know who's left to pit, Dan. Have you got a record of that?
I believe Laney and Nicky are the only ones. Laney and Ben are the only ones yet to pit. Nicky, I'm unsure about, but majority of the grid have now pitted, and the crowd isn't happy, Kelly, because we're not getting enough Laney content. But Laney is just destroying this race. We don't want to keep watching Laney because there's more action going out on track. Dean Wasocki still trying to find a way past Stealth Sloth. You will be able to hear your boy if he manages to hang on to the top 3. So make sure you tune in, because we will have him in the commentary box if he gets to the end of the race in the top 3. But like Kelly said, make sure you tune in.
We're not taking requests, I'm afraid, Connor. So you'll have to go with what we pick. You've had plenty of Laney action. Look, there he is. All right, there he is. As he goes track limits. So that was good. Well done. Still to pit these two. That's why Ben and Laney have still got a 35-second gap over Impala, is because they haven't pitted yet. In the comments there, I'm going to try and read this correctly. Got my glasses back on. Could you please give a shout out to our charity, Bruise Claimers of Lopsham, for helping poor and disadvantaged children across East Anglia. Yeah, doing some great work there. Big shout out to them. Thanks for joining us on Simplay, and big shout out to anybody doing that kind of good work in the East Anglia area. As Ben Parkey is in the pits, Dan.
He is in the pits. This is going to be interesting and key. Can Ben have a good pit in and out? It's kind of a long hold, but he's gone on his way. It wasn't too bad. There's a couple more comments coming in. Prava is caught another car. That's Bryn, I believe, in his way. So again, Bryn is not entitled to move out the way, but Ben is gone already, and there's no way that Prava stuck behind the traffic. Other than that, he looks good for a 3rd place. As he goes down the inside of Bryn, and Bryn doesn't make his life too difficult. As we see Smithy in the pits again, so Smithy's good luck at Red Bull as Bryn's unlapped himself.
Yeah, as he's gone back at him, yeah.
Well, if he thinks he's faster, he is entitled to, but Emprava probably wouldn't really enjoy that, because he could have an opportunity if anything happens at the front, but nonetheless, that's a bit interesting there. A couple more comments. Disco, the big yellow beamer is the prettiest of them all.
It's like a girt banana, isn't it?
I get sick of the sight of that thing, to be fair.
I'm sick of the sight of it as well, coming up in my rear view mirror as he laps me. But it's much prettier. And I think Dean's is prettier. Well, not at the moment. I can state that. Look at that. I take it back, Disco. I take yours is the prettiest by far. Look, because Dean has smashed his right up. I quite like the white. I'm a bit of a thing for white, and but let's Dean. That's just offensive. Back to some lady action, because he's going to have to pit soon. He's going to have to be this lap or the next one.
He's doing a what I call an emo guy stint, where he's going as long as he possibly can. And also a shout out to emo guy who's currently doing a me from last season. He's doing a me from last season. He's currently in hospital at the minute, and he's just had an operation. And if he is watching, hope you recover quickly, mate. And hopefully,
soon, mate.
yeah, get back on track. We miss you. And the awesome run he did at F1. He felt his back was sore after F1, and yeah, all sorts of things that went down. So like I said, speedy recovery to him, and hope to see you back on track very, very shortly.
Yeah. You take your time, mate. You take your time and get well, emo guy, and maybe come back for next season. That way, that's somebody else I don't have to try and beat. Good evening to Sooty Apex, my teammate in Pro at Audio Sport Pro Laps. Hello, mate. How are you? Looking forward to races with you tomorrow night.
Yeah, definitely so. Sutty and Kelly will be hitting the track for the pros, but Laney coming through the final few corners now. He is onto the back of Matt now, so Matt will not be liking this. He will have to, well, he doesn't have to, but he will have Laney about to lap him. So this is how bad Matt's first race has gone.
Laney's he's gonna pit. He's in the pits, Dan.
Yes, he has gone into the pits.
So, is Ben Parkey done a fast enough out lap to put the undercut over on Laney? I say
well,
no.
I've just had an interesting message actually personally in your stewards chat. Laney and Ben are being watched for track limits.
Okay.
So track limits for those two, they've been catching a couple of strikes. Ben exiting the final corner. Where is Laney? Laney might lose out here.
Close, mate. It's going to be very close.
Where's Laney's exit?
Laney's moving. Oh, look at this! Look at this! This is
Laney's got
coming
it.
out. He's going to be out in front, Dan.
He is, but both these drivers are under investigation for track limits. So Mazda's been watching. He's been keeping an eye not just on these guys, but everyone else. So we will see how these get on. But for the moment, these two still lead the way. Lap 15 of 16. Just coming to the end of race 1, but make sure you tune in for race 2, where it'll be a reverse grid qualifying the top 7.
I was going to say 6. 6 or 7.
Top 7, I think. So the top 7 will be
unable to qualify.
Unable to qualify. We'll have to get confirmation, but I believe it is top 7. So Laney still leads the way at this precise moment.
Yes, indeed. And Sooty in the comments, we will smash it tomorrow, Kelly. I'm pretty sure I'll smash it. But
in the wall.
Yeah, exactly that. Especially the way my practice was going. So, yeah, we'll see, my friend. We will see tomorrow night. We're on lap 15 of 16 as Laney goes
Laney
very
goes wide
deep.
again. That's another track limits there.
Yeah, you need to. The rule is you need to give it back. You need to give time back when you go wide off track limits. Yeah, that's close, wasn't it? That was that was very close. He had to take avoiding action there. So
Ben just within limits there.
Both of these boys having a little bit of a spanking over track limits, and excuse me, taking every little bit that they can. But as I said, the idea is you're supposed to give it back. If you take it, you've got to give it back. So that's how it's supposed to be done. But it's not always done that way.
Well, anyway, we are on to the final lap. Laney still leads this race. 34 people currently watching the stream. Guys, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as well. Laney coming down the back straight now with his Prolapse partner, not teammate, but partner.
Yeah,
is now trying to hunt him down. Fury in the comments saying, where is Matt? Matt is currently in 8th place position and currently will be allowed to qualify, so that will benefit him for a race 2. But right now it's between these two. This is your closest fight on track. No other closest fights bar this, and it's all about the Laney show with all his Laney supporters. The Laney Lurkers. I was going to call them the Laney Lurkers. I was going to call them
Laney Lurkers. I was going to call it the Laney Loungers.
Laney Loungers. Oh, that's a good one.
Maybe.
as Ben Parkey has brought the gap down to 4:10. He's running out of time though. 3:10. Let's keep an eye on these track limits here. They've had too many strikes. Laney's gone deep. Is he gonna run wide? Oh, Ben's just. You had to change camera then, didn't you?
Sorry, I went to see both the cars, so I don't
Ben's
miss
gonna
anything.
push him. Ben's gonna push him. There's 2:10 or less than 4:10 coming down to 3:10. This is close. Can Laney hang on? Ben's got to nail the final corner and get a great run.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to do anything from there. Although Ben Parkey's had a great run towards the end.
It's Laney. Laney's going to take the first win of the evening with Ben Parkey in second. A photo finish towards the line. Brilliant stuff from them. They are under investigation for track limits though, but we will keep an eye on that. M. Prava will come home to complete the podium in third place in the Audi. Another solid job from this guy.
Solid job, yeah, absolutely, Dan. Very solid job from M. Pavla. Oh, well, I did ask his first name last week, but I couldn't pronounce it again. So, but another stunning drive from him. He's one to watch. Ukpa, good effort into fourth place.
Solid points for Ukpa. Solid points for Ukpa there. What he needs to get this title on. The same with Smokey Devil. Good points for him. Nicky, the other team Prolapse driver, coming home in 6th place position. I will have to double check about the qualifying. I do believe it is top 7 who will not be able to qualify, so Welshie will complete that as he comes down in 7th place position. But this is going to be a race that... Oh, is that Matt taking track limits in the background? No, Matt. Oh no, that was Smithy.
I think it was. I don't know. Matt's still quite a way back. Matt with a disappointing race, but he will be able to qualify, so watch out for him. He'll be my tip for pole when we come back.
Yeah, definitely so. But it is your man Laney who takes the race win here at Watkins Glen. First race of the season, first race of the night. Round 3 goes the way of Laney. 3 different winners this season. Laney takes race 1. Ben Parkey will come home in that 2nd place position, and Prava in 3rd as well. So Laney with the pole position as well, so he will get an extra point for that. And there you go, Kelly. That's how you pronounce Prava's first name.
Yes, thanks for that. I still can't pronounce it, but good drive anyway, my friend.
I want to say Norris, but it's not.
Yeah. No. But he did tell us last week, but I struggle with it. My Cornish twang can't get my tongue around it. So yeah. But
it is Laney who takes your first win of the night. Congratulations to his. 2nd place is Ben Parkey. 3rd place is M. Prava. 4th place is Ukbar. 5th place is Smokey Devil. 6th is Nicky. 7th is Welshie. 8th is Matimovic. 9th is Sloth. 10th is Bryn. 11th is Dean Wasocki. 12th is DJ Phil Smithy in 13th. And Mazda, your steward at the back there. Just keeping an eye on things. Fastest lap. 43.2 from Ben. 43.2 from Ben.
Yeah, don't get any better than that. Ben Parkey with your fastest lap. Gets a point for that.
He does get a point for that. So, guys, we're about to take a small break here, but make sure you tune in about in a couple minutes' time, where we will have a race 2 on the way, and we will have an interview with the top 3. So make sure you tune in for that. But at the minute, top 7 can't qualify, so all the way down to Welshie will have to stay into the pits. So we will see you in a moment's time.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. All in when I show up. Whole place about to blow up. Superior to that competition. I'm in first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watch me elevate. When I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate.
Broken dreams in my pocket, golden thing round my neck like a locket. Carve your name in my mind, cause you caught it. You caught it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street light right there, so I could show you. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine, just so that I could show you. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. Lay on the carpet, eye to eye, glistening. No, I saw it. I saw it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street light right there, so I could show you. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine, just so that I could show you. You're golden. Hey, you're golden.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second race here this evening, and we've got the top three with us in the chat right now. And before we get into that, Kelly, I can't see the timing sheets right now, so can you pop that up for us? But First things first, we do have the top 3 in the chat with us, and first things, we'll start with the 3rd place man, and Prava, another solid round for yourself, another podium here at Simplay Motorsport. You just said to me just before we went live, you're not a big fan of the American circuits, but you've got to be happy with that, another podium, no?
Yeah, of course, a 3rd place is a 3rd place no matter what. I'm really happy, and I think moving forward into the season, it will just boost my confidence.
Yeah, definitely so.
Absolutely, yeah. And how are your tyres bearing up through that? Did you find with the cold conditions they were taking a minute or two to switch them on?
Yeah, they were pretty cold, but I like it. I like pretty cold tires and cold conditions, so I was pretty happy.
Excellent. Just one more time, run your name past me again, and let's see if I can pronounce it again.
My first name is Nauris.
Nauris.
Yeah, it was
getting better.
okay.
Getting better. We'll have it nailed by the end of the season, my friend. Don't you worry.
Hopefully.
Going into race 2, Emplava, you're going to be starting in the pack again. Obviously, a little bit different with the circuit, and obviously a morning race. What do you plan to do in race 2?
Basically the same thing I did last week. Unfortunately, I got collected there, but hopefully this time I will get through the first corner cleanly, and then just run my race and hopefully get another podium or maybe P2.
Well, congratulations on the podium, and the very best of luck into race 2, mate.
Best of luck.
We now move on to the 2nd place man, a part of the Team Prolapse crew. His 2nd time on the podium. Ben Parkey, congratulations on 2nd place, mate. Looked like it was a bit of fun with your fellow crewmate of Laney in that race.
Yeah, it was the old cliche. We could have done with another lap in the end, but I'm surprised I finished there, to be honest, because did absolutely no practice whatsoever. The car was like a trolley the whole race, so I'm surprised I didn't spin as well. No, I did. I had my usual spin actually, didn't I? So yeah, I had to spin.
Yes, indeed. It was a great race, and now I'm really jealous that you've done that with no practice whatsoever, because I've been putting lap after lap in, and I can't get anywhere near the times that you were doing. As I say, it was a good race. I mean, are you a fan of this track? I mean, you know, some people seem to love it, some seem to hate it. Is it one of your favourites or no?
Oh, I love the track. Yeah, I just didn't like the car, but yeah, it's got loads of character. This track, it's good fun.
Yeah, proper old school kind of track, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's up and down, got some camber, the walls are close. Yeah,
good. All good. Well, best of luck for your next race. Sorry, Dan, your turn.
Yeah, just a quick question into race 2. You're going to be starting. You're not allowed to qualify now. First time you're not allowed to qualify here at Simplay. You're going to be starting near the back of the pack. What is the plan going into race 2?
Wide berth.
Good plan.
Wide
berth. Pro-Am.
Well, congratulations on the 2nd place, mate, and best of luck for a race 2.
Good luck.
Yeah, see you Saturday.
See you on Saturday on track.
We'll be watching. I'll be watching. Oh yeah, of course you two are gonna. Oh yeah, of course all LMP2s, isn't it? I forgot about that, innit? Dust off the boxing gloves. If you want to tune in on Saturday, guys, I'll make it brief. Endurance, 12 o'clock, Simplay, gloves are off. Yeah, old sparring partners. Come and watch.
I've got to dust off the old pink machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, enough of that. What about your car?
But no, congratulations, Ben, and like I said, good luck in a race 2.
Cheers, mate.
Moving on to your race winner of race 1, Laney, mate. Congrats! Your first win of the season here at Simplay Motorsport at Watkins Glen, and you definitely had a crowd join you in the comments there, and you really brought a Massey with you, and it's a good thing you definitely won the race, because I think we would have had a fight on our hands.
Yeah.
Oh no, cheers guys. No, it's great to have the support out there today. You know, in the words of Hamilton, hashtag blessed.
You have the best fans.
Yeah, I have the best fan.
Yeah, where do you buy fans like that? Is it like an online thing? You get them on eBay, like rent a crowd or something like that? Is there somewhere like I can go and buy some fans of my own, or what?
Yeah, no, I can see the website. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, cool. Can I borrow yours? Are they busy tomorrow night?
Of course, I only paid for the cheap package, so you don't get many. You get kind of crappy comments and stuff. You probably want to go for the better ones. The premium. So I
just want to point out that the lady fans out there watching, he's just called you all cheap. Okay, just want to point it out slightly. That's all. Okay. Good race though, mate. Yeah. So, are you happy with that?
No, yeah, very, very happy. I mean, I don't like it when Ben downplays it and says this jumps on, so it makes it feel a little less special. You know, when he plays it all coy, like
it's tactics, mate. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. But no, it was good. I like the track. The car's definitely hooked up around this track more than last week. Like I didn't really enjoy last week's Red Bull Ring that much. It was a bit like driving. Yeah. I don't know. But,
well, obviously, that's we're still sitting here watching Bryn at the minute. What is your what's your plans going? What's your plans going into race 2? Obviously, you've got a bit more experience than Ben. Of obviously, well, I say a bit more. When I mean a little bit, I mean like one race. But you have a bit of experience starting from the back of the pack. You have to make your way through race 2. What can you do from there, mate?
Yeah, if I learned anything last week, it's not to push too hard from the first couple of corners. So you're gonna see me gingerly driving around, waiting for the inevitable sort of crashes and stuff to happen, and then sort of pick up from there. It's a long race. I got damaged last week on the front, and it sort of ruined it from that. So, especially as McLaren, like because it's so understeery, if you get a little bit damaged on the front, it's kind of game over.
So keeping the nose clean.
For a long game, yeah, which I'm not very good at playing the long game, but I'll try.
Well, nonetheless, congratulations on your first win here at Simplay Motorsport, and best of luck in race 2.
Yeah, cheers. I just want to dedicate the win to my friend Lewis. He's been suffering from small calf syndrome currently, so it's quite an unknown condition. So I just want to give him a shout out for that. Hopefully he'll get better soon.
Shout out to Lewis for sure. Well, we're glad you're watching, Lewis. Get well soon. Get better soon.
Well, we'll let you boys go back to your parties and get yourself ready for a race 2. But Kelly, we've kind of gone back to the usual thing here at Simplay Motorsport, especially with the F1 at the minute. Matt Omovic is back at the front of the pack, and he's setting the pace right now. 1:44.4 is the pace that he's setting, and he kind of needs this for race 2, because at the minute, Laney, with a solid race win, it will be starting to extend his point, or gain his points on his rival at the minute.
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. And look at it. This is look at the mist on the track, which is really cool. And let's go on board with Matt. You can see the cold mist there as it starts to as the sun is coming up here just outside New York at Watkins Glen. Yes, you're quite right, Dan. Matt had a disappointing race 1, but he gets the opportunity now, the way that the format works, being able to put it on pole, or the opportunity to put it on pole, and start from the front on the next race. And as we've seen, and as we said, track position is really important here. So, excuse me, Matt should be back in the mix for this one.
He should be, yeah. He might get a little bit of a tow from the back of these cars in front of him. One of them actually being his teammate Smithy. The other one, DJ Phil. He's not too close to him at the minute, so it wouldn't affect him too much. But nonetheless, we had some great battles going on in race 1 that we sadly weren't able to catch all of them. But by the sounds of it, we had massive high demand from the Laney crew, so we satisfied them. They've had their race win. Now we can focus on the other fights that are going on. But Matt crossing the line does not improve, but to be honest, Kelly, Dean's quite close. He's only 2/10 off.
He is, but he's given it up now, so he'll be second unless anyone can go quicker. Who can go quicker? Well, Welshie's out there. He's coming up to just to finish off, and let's see if he can improve on 5th place. Second qualifying seems to go so quickly as we're doing interviews with the top 3. It all goes so quickly. Welshie stays 5th place. Stealth Sloth, Welshie's teammate, is coming round. Where is he on track? Oh, he's got loads to go yet. Stealth Sloth. He's down on his time.
DJ Phil will get there first, and I don't think stealth is going to improve. That was a little bit of track limits, but if anything, he probably lost time than gained. So DJ Phil coming through sector 2 now. Can he do anything on this lap time here? And race 2 is going to be interesting with Matt at the front this time and not being able to get caught up in any traffic. He should be able to have an easy race in front if he has a decent start, but you've got to keep an eye on for those BMWs behind. Smithy up there as well, so all these guys will want a good score here. I was wrong in the comments earlier on, guys. It was the top 6 that weren't able to qualify. So right now 7 was on track. Stealth Sloth has bailed, so we are just waiting on DJ Phil, who goes wide in that third to last corner.
As you say, just finishing off DJ Phil, just finishing off his lap, see if he can improve on that 7th place. And deep into the last one as well. They're a little bit loose on the rear end, and another man learning a new car.
New car and new wheel, but I think he will stay in 7th place position. So it is Matt Imovic will take the pole position here. He will be starting on 1st place. 2nd place Dean Wasaki. 3rd is Bryn. 4th is Smithy. 5th is Welshie. 6th Stealth Soft. DJ Phil in 7th. And then you got your non-qualifiers. Smokey will start 8th. Laney in 9th. Nicky in 10th. Ben Parky will start 11th. Then it'll be Ugbar in 12th, and then Enprava in 14th. Obviously Mazda not racing. He's just keeping an eye on the drivers are behaving. And the sun's out, Kelly. We've got still a little bit of early morning fog going on, but it's
going to be a beautiful day here in New York.
Well, hopefully so, but with the forecast looking as well, we should have a little bit more cloud coming towards the end of the session, but nonetheless it looks beautiful as it is right now. But race 2, we've got to make a prediction, Kelly. Who do you think is going to take race 2 win here?
My money's on Matt for this one. I think if he can get away clean from the start, and I don't see why he wouldn't, he should be able to keep position. It's Ben, it's Laney, Empava, Ugbar. These guys are all the quick ones, all towards the back. Dean can give Matt a run, but I think for me that it's going to be hard to beat Matt on this one.
Well, you're going for Matt, and do you know what? I'm going to try and be different this season. I'm not going to try and go for the same obvious choices. I'm going to go for Bryn for this one.
Okay, yeah, good shout. And Bryn handling that Beamer well. As we were doing the interviews, he was doing a lovely bit of drifting with it actually, and holding on to it. I don't think he was doing it on purpose, but it looked nice on the stream. Definitely
so, as we will be going underway very shortly. But guys, do remember to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you do like what you see here. Hit the bell to be notified. We are on our way to 200 subscribers, so please help us out as best as we possibly can. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night for the pros, as they will be hitting the track at Watkins Glen, where myself and Kelly will be back on track, and Matt will be in the commentary box with Nicky, hopefully, if he sorts his internet out. But we are about to get underway here for round 4 of the Simplay Motorsport Pro-Am Championship. All the revs rise. We wait for the lights to take a little bit longer here at Watkins. There are the lights. We're about to get underway here. And it's go! And we should get Dean should get a better start than Matt, but we are underway. But Matt does manage to get a good jump, and Smithy in the other Accord gets a great jump on Bryn as we go down into turn 1. Smokey looking down the inside of Stealth Sloth, relatively clean and sensible going into turn 1, all behaving themselves as Laney looks like he hasn't, Ugbar hasn't readied up. Oh no, Ugbar is there. DJ Phil is in the wall.
DJ Phil was off and in the wall and done himself some damage.
Major damage. Let's keep an eye on what's going on at the front as DJ Phil is trying to get going, but Matt still leads the way with Dean in 2nd, Smithy in 3rd, and Welshie in 4th, as Bryn's dropping down the pack relatively quickly. He is now down to 6th place position, and I've already cursed him, and there we go. Bryn's around. I'm really sorry, Bryn, as Dean is looking.
Dean's having a go at Matt. He's having a go at him. He's going to make it stick, into this downhill. But Matt's a wily old fox. He tried to cut back at him. Got Smithy playing rear gunner to him at the moment. But Dean leads this race from Matt, from Smithy, as we go round the first half lap.
As we get a comment in from the Evil Scotsman, the emo guy. Evening troops, thought I would drop by and say hi. He was recovering in hospital, I believe, so it's nice to see him in the comments. And how are you doing, buddy? How are you feeling? But nonetheless, it is Dean who leads the way now. Matt being caught out by the BMW, and already Ben Parkey has made his way up into 5th place position with Laney up into 8th. Those boys flying, but N Prava up into 6th.
Oh,
Dean's dropped it.
Dean's dropped it. Oh, he's gone round. Dean was leading the race. He's dropped it, so that's put Matt back into 1st position as they come round to complete just lap 1, this is. And, yeah, as you said, Ben is now up to 4th place. Laney is up to 7th. But Laney's into the pits, so he must have damage because he was tardy at the start, wasn't he? So he's into the pits already.
He's too early. Pit window is lap 4, and he's too early. He'll have to pit again, or he will get a 30-second penalty. And so is Nicky, so is Smokey. All these guys are in relatively early, so he must be having damage. Ben going right around the outside of one of the Lamborghinis there. I'm not sure who. I think it was Welshie. We're currently watching Matt going down the back straight, but all this Calgary of guards behind. Smithy making that Acura as wide as possible. He does not want to let any of these cars go through and let Matt, as Welshie makes contact there. This is bad for Ben.
Or is it good?
Smithy's dropped it.
Smithy's round. Smithy's round. So that puts Ben Parkey up into 3rd place with Ed Parler right behind him, and Ugbar in there as well.
Oh, Kelly, I think I might have had a brainwave why so many cars are in. Would they possibly have got a drive-through?
Oh, yeah,
Ed Parler's in the wall.
Oh, that's East round. Oh, no.
That's taking Ugbar out as well.
Oh, that is big damage. Ugbar is that as well. Ugbar with big damage as well. That is
bad luck. Emplava's just dropping it on his own, and Ugbar just got caught up in that. Ugbar never, not the best of. He never seems to have the best of luck, does Ugbar? And he's just
and that's a mess.
No, but now your race leader is still Matt, but in 2nd place is Ben Parkey. He is on the move and now trying to hunt down Matt as quickly as he possibly can.
Yep, and as we've only now got 22 people watching, Laney's subscription to Rent a Crowd has obviously run out, and they've all gone, and he's down in 8th because it's Ben Parkey who's made the best of the first couple of laps, to be fair, from right towards the back up into 2nd place, and now chasing down Matt for that 1st position. This will be quite a ding dong, I'm telling you. Welshie up into 3rd on the podium at the moment.
Yeah, nice to see Welshie up there, and he just got to keep it clean and consistent, and he should be on his way to score some good points. But also Evil Scotsman from Emo Guy himself. I'm back home now, relaxing in bed, still in pain, but other than that, I am doing well. How are you both? We are doing very well, enjoying some Pro-Am action, and we are missing you out on track, buddy. Jamie Brazy in the comments. Soon, they might have a drive-through penalties. That's what we just twigged on, as Ugbar gets us time penalty as well.
Oh dear. Yeah, these two are going to be in the pits for quite some time, I think, with the damage that they've got. As Laney puts one over on Smithy as he's recovering. He's done a pit stop. It might be a drive-through. We're not quite sure. We don't get that information on our screens for drive-throughs, so we're not quite sure. But there's a lot of people who went into the pits at the end of lap 1, so it fits the circumstances, Dan. So. Yeah, could well be. And I tell you who's on a good recovery now is Dean, because he was pointing the wrong direction a few laps ago, but he's back up to 4th with all the shenanigans that's been going on.
Bren's in the pits as well. Yeah, so Dean just keeping it on track and keeping it clean at the minute is scoring some decent points. So we keep an eye on Dean's progression, but again, the packs are all strung out. Closest fight by the looks of things is your top 2.
And that's 2 seconds. So Ben Parkey not really making headway into Matt. Matt's quicker at the moment in the Acura. Not Matt's, by his own admission, is not his favourite track, but he's going quicker on his own Delta. So all he's got to do really is just keep a nice constant pace.
Well, you say that.
Consistency's key.
You say that Ben Parkey was a second a lap faster than Matt on that lap alone.
Last lap. Yeah.
So in a minute, Matt's gonna have a black and orange McLaren breathing down his neck, and we know what Matt will be like. He'll make sure that Acura is as wide as it possibly can be. A lot of cars in for damage, a lot of cars in for drive-throughs on this lap. So guys, if you have pitted early and you don't have significant damage, you do need to prove to us that you do have it. And I think Enprava and the Janetta of Ugbar did, so we're quite happy with that. But right now, the pit window does open up this lap, lap 4, and Matt leads the way, but he's got Ben Parkey starting to breathe down his neck.
Yes, and I think this is going to be the scrap of the race between these two, to be fair. So we'll see how this pans out as we go. It's what happens to the rest of the guys. Yeah, see, Matt's up on his Delta as well, so he's pushing hard enough. And yeah, trying to put another race win towards his championship, looking to win this championship. So it's only race 4, but it's a long way to go. But they all count.
Yeah,
you've got to put as many results together as possible.
Yeah, definitely. So the thing is, what does Matt do in this situation? He's currently leading the race. He's got a decent gap over Ben Parkey right now. So does he make it as wide as possible, or does he just try and work with Ben? Ben not with the best of laps behind him. He only gained a couple of tenths. So Private is into the pits again. So he looks like he's had another incident somewhere, or has not repaired his car. So maybe that's what's happened.
Probably, maybe.
Possibly. So again, race 2 seems to be his downfall. We got Dean and Laney quite close to each other. Nicky as well, who he goes to. He's trying to chase down Smithy, but Laney's starting to bring that gap down to Dean.
Yeah, Dean just going about his business. He wants to try and keep that gap as much as he can, but his last lap was a 1:48. Needs to do a bit quicker than that if he's going to hold off Laney, that's for sure. Ben Parkey just reeling Matt in 10th by 10th. He's got the gap down to 1.2, 1.3, something around there. So he's chasing Matt. He's quicker than Matt on lap time. So we'll see how that one progresses. Other than that, there's no real big battles on track. Ben just caught up 3-4 tenths on that time. As you can see, the visual gap is a lot closer.
Well, this is the sector that Matt seems to be struggling in, is sector 3. So sector 3 is where Matt really needs to be the squeaky clean and on point. Ben staying within track limits and behaving himself by the looks of things, as he's really starting to hunt down Matt right now. Can he do anything about that Acura? As we now go into the final few corners, and Ben just seems a lot more confident in these corners. Matt really not in the flow here at Watkins Glen, but still a podium would be very good for him here after the horrors of race 1, as he clips the wall ever so slightly there. Ben right onto the back of him now. This is going to put him under pressure as they go up to the bus stop. He'll struggle to get into turn 1, but Ben is there. He's ready to attack. Matt has got to make that Acura as wide as he possibly can.
Yes, he does. And catching is one thing, passing is another, as a famous commentator once said. But Ben Parkey's certainly looking at it. That McLaren with a bit extra grunt than the Acura. The Acura's not known for its.
He's got to try and go around the outside, and that's going to be brave, and he has to think better of it.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, it'd be a brave man to try and do that. But so he lost a bit of time there. Probably wasn't in his best interest to have a look at that one. Should have just followed Matt through and had a look at it later in the lap. But he's got the pace. He can drag himself back up behind Matt. That shouldn't be too difficult.
So yeah, Ben's just taking his time. What other fights are going on? Laney seems to have lost a bit of time to Dean on that lap alone. So he's lost time there. Empire seems to sort of...
Sorry, mate. I was just going to say, Laney in the 48s at the moment. So is he carrying some damage? We know what these McLarens can be like. It was rightly said by one of the guys. You have a little bit of damage and you start to carry it on these McLarens. It doesn't carry damage well.
No, it doesn't, as Matt seems to take a different line into that third corner. I think it's hampering him. He goes in tight and then goes out wide, but Ben Parkey
There's a lot of lines. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I think everyone's had a kind of go at it. It's a strange little corner, that third to last one. I do a wide line and then tighten it up at the end, but there is a couple of different ways to do it, that's for certain sure. But Ben's back on. He has that better last sector, doesn't he, Dan?
He seems to do, yeah. The McLaren seems to be a lot stronger in the final sector, while Matt just seems to struggle. Sector 1 is probably Matt's strongest sector, or probably actually sector 2 is probably his strongest. But Matt really under pressure from the McLaren, and he is now bringing that gap down. Ben is there, but he's not close enough to really do anything, and he needs to make sure he's on the correct side for the bus stop. And I think that's really where Ben has to try and get him, is into the bus stop. Matt with a wiggle there on entry to the bus stop. He's really fighting that car. And he goes very defensive straight away. Ben is literally on top of Matt now as we go into the second sector. Where does Ben go for it as Smithy is into the pits and does his mandatory pit stop? Oh, Ben gets close, but he can't find a way through.
Again, multiple lines around that corner. Matt takes the wide line and then and hits the late apex, and Ben just tucked onto the inside but couldn't make it stick there. I think one of the best, I think there's an opportunity.
Laney's caught Dean as well, so that's another fight we need to keep on. Sorry, Kelly.
Yeah. I'm reluctant to come away from this one just for a minute, being that Ben is so incredibly close. Is he going to have a go at him into this third to last?
Great racing from these two.
It's doable there.
It's tricky. Ben needs to get the overlap as they go to the bus stop, but he's looking into the penultimate corner, nowhere where Ben can go. So Ben's just biding his time. He knows he's still got time, and obviously still pits. We have lost a driver there. I'm not sure who we've lost.
Gonna jump to Laney very quickly. Laney catching on to the back of Dean. I'm going to jump back in just a second because turn one is a bit of an overtaking opportunity, and Ben Parkey is now all over the back of Matt like a cheap suit.
This is where Ben needs to stick to him now. He needs to get the good run up the hill. As we know that Akora isn't the best in a straight line, but Ben is there. And at this minute, they're not lapping very quickly, these two. And Welshie's actually now starting to match them. Dean a little bit slower, but Laney's actually starting to get past Dean as these two are kind of settled down where they are. So Laney and Dean have swapped positions.
Yes, they have. Laney's got Dean somewhere. We missed that one. I apologise. We haven't got lots of different camera angles to view to be able to swap. We have to kind of guess on what's going on, and this is the best scrap on track. And two very capable drivers, you know, both pro level drivers really. But again, you know, the way things work, they have to come up through. But some quality driving for these guys. And this one might be sorted out in the pits, you know.
Yeah, might possibly. So Matt will need to make sure he has a squeaky clean pit stop. Ben is actually looking to the inside here, but he thinks better of it.
He's
trying to psych him out. This is gonna test how badly Matt wants this title, because Ben is literally breathing down his neck, and if anyone could take it to him, it's this man and Laney. In my opinion, will be this between these three. I think it will be the season fight all year long.
Absolutely, and another famous commentator said you're either giving pressure or you're taking pressure, and Ben Parkey is certainly giving in pressure. It's how well that Matt sucks it out and deals with it. If you can keep your head and keep your line.
Ben's looking. He was thinking.
He is. You want to be looking. You want to be looking forward and not looking backwards, and not spending too much time on your defence. But as you say, these guys are both back up into the 44s, so their pace is good again.
Laney's starting to match that pace. He's going quicker again. A 43.9. Ben looking to the inside. He needs that overlap, but Matt has got him covered. Matt is doing a brilliant job here of defending. He's kind of doing a Mazda-esque kind of defense, and I always said here at Simplay that Mazda is probably one of the best defenders, and Matt has got to learn that technique from Mazda now to keep Ben Parkey behind him. As Emo got in the comments saying maybe a mid-season change to the GTR. Sadly not, mate, because there is one rule only that all the drivers need to stick to, is that no be changing any cars this season. There's no more of that. As Ben looks down the inside of Matt, this might be the overlap that he needs, but Matt can use the camber and keep his foot planted. But I think Ben's done enough. They go side by side up the hill. Matt's got to hang in there. He's got to stay strong.
This is where it is. They give each other plenty of racing room. As you can see, they go side by side, nice and clean. This is
very good job. This is great racing, but at the same time, if they keep racing like this, Welshie will catch him. So will Laney, as they now come up to traffic.
Yeah, they're coming up on the back of a back marker. I'm not sure who that is. They're coming up.
I think
behind.
it's Stel Sloth as they're coming up to.
Right. But as you can see, look how close. Yeah, Ben Parker. Matt's going in the pits.
Matt's
this will be interesting. Matt's gone into the pit. It's going to take his pit stop. So now we'll see.
I
pit stop makes a difference.
I also now know who the retirement was. It was DJ Phil, he's retired from the race due to the fact that he had terminal damage, as he's just sent me. So
quite
no, he hasn't retired. Sorry, no, he's still on track. Sorry, so he sent me proof that he had terminal damage, but somehow.
Terminal it? That's a good trick.
No, I think he's actually still in the pits. If we go on DJ Phil as well, she's in the pits as well. He's terminal. He's terminal.
Yeah, that looks
he's
terminal.
out.
That is terminal.
Yeah,
it even looks pixelated.
Yeah. So go. So going back on track. Laney's in as well. So Welshie, Dean, and Laney. Laney's got damage.
Spoiler. He's got
That's going to affect him.
That is going to affect him. He's out there, as you can see. The miraculously the spoiler jumped back on, but it does take a few minutes for it actually to happen. If you know what I mean.
Where's Nicky on track? He's come on track behind Welshie. So Welshie's managed to maintain that gap to him. I'm trying to figure out who's the driver we've lost. We have lost the driver, but I'm not sure who.
Well, Maz is no longer in there.
Mazda wouldn't be there anyway because he wouldn't show up because he didn't ready up.
Yeah.
So
Sloth, Smithy, Laney, Dean, Bar. Yeah, no, I haven't worked it out either.
Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out very shortly, but 19 people still watching the stream. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're currently watching Nicky out on track, but Dean is on the back of Smithy right now. This is important for points. Smithy will want to hold up Dean for as long as he possibly can. Dean with his pit stop done and out the way. I believe Smithy was the first to pit as well. So this is for position. Smithy will want to hold Dean for as long as he possibly can. Make that Acora as wide as he possibly can.
Yes, indeed. Smokey Devil getting on the back of this one as well.
Smithy's dropped it. And Smokey's hit him.
Massive crash. Massive crash. Smithy went round at a hell of a speed as Smokey had nowhere to go. And Laney's coming in. Laney's going to pick up a couple of cheap positions.
And they made contact.
And they're both round as well. Oh, chaos in lap 11. Oh dear, that was a couple of bad corners for a lot of people. Smithy round again. Smithy's broken that.
And Laney's got damage again. Laney's losing points here. Just when Matt wants the points to take it away from Laney, it has right now. Smithy and Smokey coming together, which has caught Laney out and has given him rear damage. He's trying to stay out of trouble, and it's not worked out. Smithy trying to get back to the pit, so these guys will lose out to Stealth Sloth at this rate. Ugbar's got a time penalty, I've just realised as well. So Ugbar, we need to make sure he stays 10 seconds ahead of Dean, and at the minute he's doing so.
It is in 10 as well, you're right.
So, what can Matt do in this situation now? Will Ben go as long as he possibly can? Lap 11 here. I think it's Bryn says Beth, and I think she is right. We haven't got Bryn in the session.
Bryn, yeah, of course, Bryn, so, yeah, sorry.
Yes, Argent said it as well.
Yeah, thank you, guys. We couldn't see for looking on that one, I'm afraid. It's Bryn that we lost, and we don't know where we lost him or how we lost him, and it's really clumsy of us to go and lose him like that, but he is gone. And Matt, this will be Matt's first flying lap. Ben in the 43.9 lap, he's flying. Ben knows that he's got to put the lap times in so he can jump Matt in the pit. Of course, it also depends on how long the pit stop is going to be. It's a bit of a dark art, pit stops in this game. As we've discussed before, they could be anything from 0.2 of a second to 6 or 8 seconds, you know, depending on how you set your pit stops up. But a normal pit stop without setting it up is somewhere around 5 or 6 seconds. So Matt with a 45.4, Ben doing 43.9, so
second and a half.
This could be the downfall for Matt, couldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So it's a second and a half that Ben has on Matt. But like you said, Matt had to just take this on the chin and try his best to score points. And Ben is absolutely flying at the minute. But he can make a mistake. Ben has got a mistake in him. He hasn't got a lot of practice under his belt. So Smithy's still in the pits. So we'll see how that comes out. Emprava is now starting to get onto the back of Laney after he's repaired his car. Smokey and Dean are still relatively close as well. They're only a couple of seconds between those two. Ukabar and Nicky as well. I've got to give a shout out to Welshie at this stage, still in third place position and doing a solid run right now in that Lamborghini, and we might be able to speak to our favourite Scotsman a little bit later on.
Absolutely.
Our favourite Scottish Welshman. No, favourite Welsh Scottishman. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay,
Ben's
whatever.
in the pits.
He is, thank God. Got you out of that one, Dan.
Thanks.
Now, let's see how quick this pit stop is, because this is going to be crucial. And
I think
comes
Ben
down
might
around.
have it. Yeah, Ben's got it.
it's looking good. That wasn't a bad pit stop at all, was it? Matt's coming up to the second to last corner, and Ben's already down the pit lane.
Yeah, he's
Matt's
about
gonna
to
see
get off
this.
the limiter. And again, Ben can still make a mistake. This is what Matt needs to remember. He can still make an error. He can still gain time on him. But we start lap 13, 3 laps to go. And guys, start getting your votes in for driver of the day. Ben Parkey doing a solid job right now. Looking like he could take a race win here. But Matt needs to start pressurizing him. Needs to start making mistakes so that he can try and catch Ben Parkey as quickly as he possibly can.
My thinking is, Dan, I don't think Matt's got the pace to catch him. He's got to find 3.5 seconds in 3 laps and pass him. I just don't think that today is the Akura's day. However hard Matt is driving it, I just don't think it's got the pace for this one. But, as you said, there's always a mistake in everybody. So, let's wait and see.
Yeah, so we will see how it turns out. Ben is got to be tidy towards the end of this race, and nice save, Dan, with the straight-faced emoji. I apologise, emo guy.
To be fair, I think I saved you there, or I think Laney saved you actually. Parking.
Well, I was gonna say, emo guy is our favourite evil Scotsman, so that's what I was gonna say there. And Welshie's our favourite Welsh Scotsman, and Disco's our favourite groovy Scotsman.
I'm now doing an impression of someone digging a hole. Spade.
Welshie!
Hold on to it. That was
Squeaky bum time.
You wasn't it? But that,
whoa, hang on a minute. Nicky's right behind him.
Yes, right on him, look.
Hello, Nicky. Where'd that come from?
Where's Welshie going? Poor old Welsh must have got excited with you getting all loved up about him being your favourite Welsh English Scotsman. I don't know if he's got problems, you know. Look, he's all over the shop.
That's Nicky.
No, I was looking in the background. Welsh seems to be really struggling for some reason. Ugbar's now on the back of him. I don't know what's going on with Welsh, but he's seems to be really struggling, Dan.
Yeah, he does, and Nicky currently now up into third place.
No, is he? Yes,
he's going in.
The pits.
Yeah, he is. So
he must have damage.
He must have suspension or something. That's crabbing by the looks of things. Yeah, he's twitching. He's got a time penalty as well. Oh no, Welshie,
see, that's what you do. That's when you say nice things about people, Dan. That is the commentator's curse. It's a real thing.
Oh, Welshie, no. It was looking so good for him. Looking so good, but now he's lost out to Nicky, and I don't know if Nicky's done his pit stop. I think he has. I think he was one of them who had a drive-through, so I'm now looking back.
As pit stop though, would it?
No, it would not. So he would have to pit again, and he knows these rules. So
he's been around a couple of seasons now, so yes, he does. I don't know if he has pitted or not. Have you seen him pit? No.
The only time I saw him pit was obviously when he had his drive-through, I believe. So he might have to pit again, but at the minute he might lose out to Ugbar. But he's got a 10-second time penalty, so third place is still up for grabs for anyone at the minute.
It could be Nicky's first podium of the season, which would be nice. My old sparring partner in Pro-Am. Love to see him do well. And so at the moment, with a couple of laps to go, Nicky is in third place. Let's see if he's going to stay there. Ugbar hunted him down, but as Dan quite rightly pointed out, Ugbar with a 10-second penalty, which isn't going to be a lot of problem back to Dean, because he's got plenty of space back to Dean, who's in a solid 5th place in the Beamer, but it's going to keep going to give Nicky that kind of breathing space that he's going to need. So even if Ugbar passes him, he's got to get 10 seconds up the road for it to be a problem to Nicky.
So I've looked back on the stream, and Nicky has been in the pit on lap 1, but he hasn't pitted since.
Ah, right.
So he might still
he
have
needs
to
pit
stop.
again.
Yes, for what I've seen.
If he's going to do it, he needs to do it this lap. Because the leaders are on lap 15, and it is Ben Parkey still out in front. Got a 6-second gap now to Matt. He's just got more pace than Matt in this McLaren, hasn't he, Dan?
Yeah, he has, and there's nothing really Matt can do. There will be circuits that the Acura will be stronger than the McLaren, but as of right now, Matt just has to kind of take it on the chin and score the points, get a good solid second place. Some drivers are obviously under review due to track limits as well, so we'll keep an eye on for that. But Ben Parkey exits the final corner to start his final lap. Nicky on his way to a possible podium, but he has got Ugbar breathing down his neck. But there's loads of fights going on below. Welshie now being under pressure from Laney by the looks of things. So Laney trying to hunt him down, but I think Laney's made a mistake somewhere because he was closer and now he's dropped back.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, not as close as... no one's within a second of anybody at the moment. Ben Parkey's now on his...
Matt's made a mistake. Matt's made a mistake somewhere. He's lost massive amount of time. He's slow. He's really slow here. I don't know why.
Yeah, it looks like, as you say, he's made a mistake or whatever. He's got a big gap back to Nicky, so he'll probably be safe for that second place with no real problems. So plenty of gap in hand for Matt to bring this home as Ben Parkey goes in.
Oh, he's in the wall.
Deep. Yeah, runs it along the wall. Again, I think he'll get away with it because he's got 10 seconds in hand back to Matt. So some late mistakes here, Dan. You know, what's the matter with these guys? Have they not had coffee this morning? You know, is it getting to that time where a bacon roll and a coffee is going to be in order?
Possibly so, but just about now the touring cars will start warming up their engines and be out to get on track. But right now the GT cars are on track, and Ben Parkey looks like he's going to take another win this season. 2 wins to his name here in GT3s. Can he take the fight to Mata Himovic this season? He will come through the final few corners. He's just behind Smithy. Smithy allows him through, but Ben Parkey coming through the final corner. He takes his 2nd win of the season. I've already prolonged it. He hasn't even got through the final corner, but Ben Parkey wins it for the Rainbow Pro Laps. Another win to his name, and he crashes into the wall, so he might lose some points on that. I need to tell him about that one.
You're not allowed to do that. I don't know if you've been told that one, but you're not allowed to do that.
Matt will come across the line in 2nd place.
Solid 2nd place.
Yeah, a decent drive from him is what he kind of needed. Nicky really struggling on these last couple of corners. Ugbar's about to catch him, but at this rate, Nicky will be under investigation. I haven't seen him pit other than to serve his drive-through, so he'll be under investigation as well.
Yeah. We've got to say, Dan, that we presume it was a drive-through.
We presume, yes.
Yes, he could have had significant damage, so we're not making any judgments. We're just saying it like we see it. So Ugbar comes in 4th with a 10-second penalty, which is going to make no real difference to his race result. It's going to make no difference, to be fair, because Dean's more than 10 seconds behind. But a solid 5th place for Dean there in the BMW, was leading the race towards the beginning, and brings it home in, or is going to bring it home in 5th place as he comes around the last couple of corners.
As I do get a message from Nicky saying he has massive damage, so he will need to provide evidence to prove how bad a damage it is, so we can determine if it was enough. But for the moment in time, Nicky is 3rd place. Ben Parkey already is under investigation for spinning across the line. So no, we don't want that.
They don't mess around, do they?
No, they do not. So after all of that, it is Ben Parkey who takes the win from Matt Imovic's. 3rd place is Nicky. 4th goes the way of Ugbar. 5th is Dean Wasocki. 6th is Spokidale. 7th is Selfsoft. 8th is Laney. 9th is Welshie. 10th is Smithy. 11th is Emplava. 12th DJ Phil. Bryn retired as well. So those two. DJ Phil, I'm not sure what they're going to do about that terminal damage. So he'll be under review of that, but Bryn will not score any points as he retired. Fastest lap, who's that go to? A 43...
43.7, I think.
43.3 from Laney.
Oh, hang on. 43.4 for Ed Parvla. 43, yes, Laney. Laney with the fastest start, so he gets a point for that.
Yeah, definitely. So an extra point for him. I will now get Nikki and Matt into the chat as Ben wants to join.
To do a bit of commentary. Look out as Ben Parkey and Unorthodox go wheel to wheel, old rivals in LMP2, and they'll be going at it again on Saturday. So tune in from 12 o'clock on Saturday for the first round of the season of the Endurance Championship. And thoroughly looking forward to that. Tomorrow night, of course, is Pro Night, and can Unorthodox do his best to hold on and get a third championship? Can Gary 131 get back to winning ways and give himself a third championship? Or can Andy give himself his first Simplay championship in GT3? And can I manage not to be last? All these questions will be answered tomorrow night in the Pro here on Simplay from 8 o'clock tomorrow night, so please do tune in for that. As I said, no Formula 1 this week as it takes preference, Endurance takes preference to Formula 1, but Formula 1 will be back next Sunday from Imola. Looking forward to that because I haven't driven Imola for a couple of years, so I'm certainly looking forward to that. How are we getting on, Dan?
I've invited them in. I think we've got Nikki. We got Matt in so far. We're still waiting on Nikki and Ben. While as well we are waiting for those guys. I believe the tables hopefully should be updated, which they have. Thank you very much, Argent or Matt. I don't really know who's done it, but massive thank you to them. And so the current standings look like this after Watkins Glen, after my PC finally loads up. Come on. Here we go. So Matt Timovic leads the way at the minute with 57 points, but only by 1 point from Ben Parkey and Laney. Only 2 points behind as well. After 4 rounds, is separated by 2 points by the top 3. Fourth place is Smithy with 49 points, 25 points back behind. Emprava in 5th. Smoky Devil in 6th place with Welshie in 7th. Dean Wasocki in 8th, 9th. Ugbar. In 10th place is Stelsloth, Nikki in 11th. 12th is Bryn, DJ Phil in 13th. 14th is That Buzzy Boy. 15th is Chocolate Man, and that is your grid. Obviously, drop scores now start affecting the order. And just quickly, Kelly, before we do the interviews, my driver of the day for me was going to go to Ugbar. He's been very consistent tonight and finally had some decent luck tonight. So I'm going to go with Ugbar on that one. Yourself, Kelly?
I think it's a tricky one tonight because there's a lot of people done well. I'm going to give it to Ben tonight.
Ben happy about that one, but we have got the top 3 in the chat right now. And Nikki, P3 mate, a little bit, it is under investigation, but it is under investigation.
I knew this would happen, but
it's fine. Just keep it smooth. We keep it calm. We just need to see the footage, but I'm pretty sure. Don't get your rainbow knickers in a twist. All right, just chill.
They're all twisted already. No,
it's not knickers. It's a thong, isn't it?
It is exactly. I've got it round the wrong way. I think, Kelly.
Anyway, mate.
It's one of yours you left in the car.
Yeah, sorry about that. I must pick up that, and I'll pick up all my other bits and pieces, that whip and paddles and stuff. I'll pick them up, mate. Yeah,
whoa. Okay, anyway, we'll talk about that another time. But more importantly, Nikki, P3 tonight. Race 1 didn't go as planned, but race 2 was a lot better. Obviously, with the damage, you were able to pit early, and obviously in the end helped you out. How'd it go? Happy with that?
I'm happy. It's been a bit of a hard one though, mate, with some of these drivers. Some aggressive manoeuvres. I got pushed into the wall by Smokey and I had 80% damage on the front. Front right suspension was absolutely smashed to bits. I pitted, they didn't repair the suspension, so I was literally driving around with the steering wheel full lock as I was going down the straight. So yeah, it was a hard one, but yeah, I've got it. I've saved the replay, so don't worry.
My question. I got two questions for you, Nick. Firstly, have you missed me?
Yes, I have. Yeah, big time.
Bless you. It's a whole bromance going on. I've missed you. Pro's so lonely. I mean, Sooty's all right, but he's, but he hasn't got the same.
All right. We'll leave this bromance for another time. We need to wrap this up. Come on.
Okay, really? Probably not best to air that one. And I forgot what my other question is, so it doesn't matter. I just miss you so badly.
I miss you
too.
too. I've got
I know what it was.
Who's quicker than me, and it's not fair. We're not parading.
No,
around
it's not, is
like
it? It's not. This new star driver that Prolapse has got. I mean, it's all well and good, race wins and all the rest of it. But where's the fun? Where's all that gone?
Going together,
he may bring all these people with him, and he may be quick, but But
question.
And come on, what's the word? Have you got a word for tonight that you've got a? Last season, we were given words by our other Prolapse members to squeeze in. Have you got one for tonight?
Well, we have got one, and I didn't get to squeeze it in, but bit of belly
I'm giving you that opportunity.
One. Yeah, so
what was?
It was a bit of a belly button fluff race tonight.
Belly button fluff. Right, good one. There you go. You squeezed it in. Nobody saw it. I think it was really smooth, to be fair.
Right. Anyway. Obviously, 3 and 4 down now. We're now heading towards Hockenheim. What can you do there, mate, for the next round 3 of the season?
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
Well, I've got to learn this McLaren. It's not as good as Renault, I've got to say. Renault was brilliant last season. Trying this McLaren out. It just seems so much understeer on it, but we're kind of dialing it out, working together as the Prolapse crew do. It's just this weird Acura Honda type thing, driven by this new fella called Matthew something. I don't know. Nobody knows who he is, but he's pretty quick. But we're getting there with it. But well done to Matt, well done to Ben, definitely, for them two are just quick. And Lane are just too fast. They were on another level, to be honest. But,
I'm sure.
I also want to say, get well soon to old emo guy. I don't know what he's done, but I know Ben Parkey says anything's a dildo if you're brave enough, but road cone emo,
my God.
It gets wider at the bottom, mate.
Okay, thank you, Nicky. We'll see you next week at Hockenheim. It was always interesting having you in it. Matt,
it's always a walk on a wild side.
Matt, it's not been the night for you, Matt. Race 1 really didn't go to plan. You did a decent qualifying, but just a little bit of an incident in lap 1 kind of set you back. But race 2 was a lot better, though.
Yeah, a lot better race 2. Every time that you guys have said the race is different to the practice sessions you do all week, I now believe you.
We weren't lying, my friend. We weren't
lying. Because race 1, bearing in mind, and Dan, you know how much I've been on all week.
Yeah.
Set up, planted, stick to the track, everything. Even Smithy said the same thing. Race 1, it could not. It may as well have been on ice tyres out there.
Yeah.
It happens, and it does happen a lot. You practice and practice, and then the car just seems completely different, even from one race to another in the same meeting. But Matt, damage limitation,
That's the silly thing as well, though. Race 2, I stuck with the same setup.
Yeah.
Fine. Completely fine. Damage limitation. I said to Dan before going into tonight that I wasn't comfortable around here. My own driving style, I don't think, seems to suit this track. One thing I have to say is I tip my hat to Ben Parkey, because I tell you what, I've not raced with Ben, and I've not seen Ben race a lot, but we were side by side for a bit of that race, and full respect to Ben Parkey for that, because I now know that Ben's one of the guys you can race side by side with.
Yeah, we saw that on the stream. It was some great racing, you two going side by side. Some good stuff. We're looking forward to some more of that throughout the season.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like you said, Matt, damage limitation here at Watkins again. You knew the McLaren was going to be strong. You've seen it been tested by certain drivers as well, so you knew it was going to be better. You now go to Hockenheim. You are leading the championship by 1 point to Ben and 2 points ahead of Laney. This is going to be a tight season. You kind of got your bogey circuit out the way. Is Hockenheim something you're looking forward to?
I enjoy Hockenheim. I prefer Hockenheim to Nürburgring. So I'm looking forward to Hockenheim. Track of 2 halves, really. Back half of the lap, you've got a good, tight, twisty section where I think the Acura will be good. But saying that, I was managing to keep, if not pull a little bit on Ben in the straight, so it might not be as bad next week. Obviously, the drop scores will take account after we go off air, and we'll see what the tables look like then. But yeah, at the minute, 1 point over Ben, 2 points over Laney. This season's going to be this season's going to be hotting up. Just a shout out to Gary saying, like me, Matt, in the chat, to do with racing side by side with him. But no, it's this season, Ben, me, Laney, I think it's going to be an absolute fascinating one. And long may it continue.
Well, congratulations on the podium, and we'll look to see you tomorrow night in the commentary box. But we now move on to
Ben and Nicky as well.
Congratulations to them.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, it's good race.
Ben Parkey back in the podium once again, mate, but this time on the top step. Laney not on the podium this time, so you take the race win for this one. 2 wins already this season. Must be feeling good, and you must be gelling with that McLaren.
I don't know, it still feels like a bit of a trolley, really. But yeah, it's good fun.
Talk us through those couple of laps you did with Matt, because obviously you seem to have the pace over him, but it did take you a while to get past him. I mean, it was great for us to watch on off track.
Yeah, well, I've not actually raced him before, so I was just being careful, really. But it was good fun. I think I only made 2 overtakes in that race because everyone just kept spinning in front of me, so it was easy enough.
Yeah, hopefully it'll get a bit harder for you as the season goes on. So next time out, we're at Hockenheim. Are you a fan of that one?
Yeah, that one's all right. Yeah, we like that one.
Good. We look forward to a good showing from that from you on that one as well.
Yeah, cool.
Ideal.
Absolutely. Sorry, Dan, go on.
Well, I was just about to wrap it up. Any last words from you, Kelly?
Matt?
Yes.
You still there? I'll see you on the podium.
We'll see about that one, Kelly.
Well, we will, but anything can happen. Yeah, just to wrap up, a couple of comments in there. PN Motorsport, yes, we'll have a ding-dong at Imola, no problem. And Ugbar, Nicky loves Kelly. Yeah, of course, everyone loves Kelly, don't worry about that. And
It's
yeah,
a bromance, it never stops.
Questionable. Anyway,
it never stops. It's eternal love.
That is it.
Once you're a prolapse, then you've been done forever, as it were. So congratulations, some great racing tonight, Dan. I thoroughly enjoyed Watkins Glen with the Pro-Am boys. Am I going to enjoy it so much tomorrow night? Well, we'll see, but tune in tomorrow night to see how the Pro boys go. You'll certainly see Unorthodox and Gary and Andy and Disco and all the usual suspects tomorrow night, but some great racing and yeah, a good time had by all.
And me and Matt on the comms tomorrow.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, it's going to be
awesome.
Yeah, right. So that is it for the Pro-Ams this evening. Congratulations to Ben and Laney for their race wins. Congratulations to Empalava, Nicky, and also Matt for their podium positions as well. So massive congratulations to them. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for the pros on the circuit. Like Kelly said, can I take it to Andy, or will I flop under the pressure? We will see. And make sure you also tune in Saturday about 12 p.m. I believe. No,
12 p.m. I believe it is, Dan.
Midday.
Yeah,
Midday.
Midday.
It could be midday. Yeah.
That one. Where the World Endurance will hit the track for the first time. 6 hours of Silverstone, LMP2s and GTEs hit the track. Rainbow's back on track once again, and make sure you tune in for that. But for us here at the Pro-Am, we will see you next week as we will head off to Hockenheim. It's only 2 points separating the top 3. It's going to be a tight season. Who is going to come out on top? But from myself and Kelly, from the rest of us here at Simplay Motorsport, it's good night.
Good night. Taste the rainbow.
Oh, that was wicked, guys, man.
Yeah, good fun.
Oh, dear.